Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
That's right, everybody. Yes, everybody, and welcome to High on Homegrown, the cannabis podcast from Percy'sGrowroom.com. I am Macky from the UK, and joining us this week, we have the lovely Margaret.
Hello, everyone. It's Margaret coming at you from Central Ontario, and I have been enjoying the most perfect summer day.
Oh, nice, really? You still got some heat coming your way?
Yeah, we do.
Beautiful today.
It's been absolutely stunning. Like just perfect weather.
What temperatures?
Like 26 degrees. Slight breeze in the air.
Nice.
Birds are chirping. Bunnies are
man.
jumping around, like sun
Wow.
shining. It's perfect. No
We hit-
complaints.
I saw yesterday it went to 9 degrees C, and I was like, that's the first time I've seen single digits for a while. Ah, devastated. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've also got Billy. What you say, Billy?
I'm saying it's been shit weather, and I'm well jealous of Margaret.
Yeah,
Because
you made it
it's been
sound
fucking
so
rain
good
and
there.
wind all day.
Mhm.
It's like, no, fuck off. Like,
Don't be
shit.
too jealous. It's going to be dark and snowy here before too long, so
Yeah, well, it's almost dark and snowy here today, so right.
fair.
Yeah, but at least we'll be able to leave the house. Margaret will get snowed in at some point.
Yeah.
You know how it
That's
goes.
true.
I have to dig myself
Mhm.
out.
That's
Or just not
right.
leave the house for a month.
That's the better option, you know?
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Yes. We also have John. What you say, John?
Listen, I'm with Margaret. It's a beautiful day. However, I'm a little bit warmer today. Pulling 85 freedom units. That's a cool 30 for you guys. Sun's shining, wind's just a breeze. Awesome, man. Beautiful day.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and we have a strange poll. If you're there live on the YouTube right now, you will see we have a poll. And the poll is, do you wear socks with sandals? Because before we actually go live, I mean, we have wild conversations whilst we are live.
Mhm.
So you can kind of imagine what kind of shit we talk about before the curtain comes up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Mhm.
this week we were discussing socks and sandals. Do you
Yes.
wear sandals? And if so, do you wear socks with those sandals? Yeah. What kind of freak are you? I don't wear sandals. I don't wear Crocs either. That's a thing that I don't do. But yeah, John, you're into that, ain't you? You wear some dodgy socks.
Yeah.
You wear some kinky shoes.
Listen, got to do it, man. Socks and sandals is the only way. Telling you. Telling you.
And Billy, you don't wear
Comfortable.
sandals, do you, Billy?
Oh, no, I ain't no
Yeah.
some Jesus beggar.
That's right, because we're Englishmen.
Exactly.
You wear shoes.
Jesus.
That's right. What are you saying, Margaret?
Oh.
You said you wear the sandals, and you have you don't have socks.
No, I don't typically wear socks and sandals. I do
Right.
wear sandals though, however,
Okay,
like
Yes,
many a Canadian in the summertime.
that's right. So there we go. Random tangent before we even begin. There, you know, what kind of footwear do you like to wear? You know, hey, God damn, we got some random tangents this time. But make sure you put your answer in the poll there, everybody. We want to know your opinion.
That's all right.
Yeah, I want to know who's going to be wearing stilettos with their socks.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
Yeah.
totally pulled. I was picking you to say that one.
What,
With
you
your
got some
socks.
sort of bingo card, like what's Billy going to
Yes.
say this week? Like,
Dude, who doesn't have a bingo card right
Oh,
now?
right.
Like, seriously.
Billy Bingo.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
So of course we've got the cannabis news and events today. We've just done the cannabis weather because we do that every week now. It seems to discuss the weather briefly where we are. And Margaret told us a lovely story there about how nice it is where she is. Thank you for that, Margaret. Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
What
thank
about
you.
drinks? We ain't discussed what drinks we were having.
Yeah, we do that after we quickly discuss these news articles here.
Do we?
We got the yeah, usually.
Dude, we... Holy.
Boy.
Little pushy,
It hasn't
Billy.
been the
Little
format
pushy.
for
Yeah, there's a
entire
flow to
time.
it. There's a flow, you know. There's a vibe to it. But these news stories, this one news story is I only really wanted to bring it because you get to see some boobs.
Yes.
But, not the boobs you're expecting. All right, I'll just tell you
Damn
that.
it.
You'll
Oh,
see.
what?
You'll see.
That's
You'll
disappointing
see.
now.
The smugglers who bought drugs on an industrial scale into Wales jailed.
Oh,
Ramsgate mum caught drug driving in Dover claims she used cannabis to manage back pain. There's also 90% of Germans now get their cannabis from legal sources, survey shows. Survey says You know, remember that TV show?
Yeah.
But this one is a good one, but a nice find, man. This is specifically for people who grow. Barney's Farm, we all know those guys, terminates a landmark merger with Sensi Seeds and I Love Growing Marijuana amid accusations of failed payments. Yeah, so that's got to be an interesting one. And then we have Snoop Dogg, that guy. You all know Snoop. Everybody knows Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Park it like it's hot.
You mean the guy who does the videos with Martha Stewart?
That's the guy.
Yes,
That's the guy.
that
Yeah.
guy.
man.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, he backs a UK cannabis clinic with 4.5 million pounds. That's not pounds of cannabis.
Jesus.
That's pounds sterling. You know,
He's probably
Yes.
got 4.5 million pounds, Lance.
Yeah, maybe he's an extremely rich person. You know,
Mhm.
he has a lot of money. So yeah, he's making his way into the UK cannabis market by the look of things, which is crazy to
Okay.
think. But yeah, they're the news stories we're covering today. And of course, we got the grow guides a little bit later on as well. We discuss some random different things about growing cannabis, but we'll talk about that when we get to the grow guides. So now, go on, Billy. You seemed eager to tell us what you were drinking / smoking. What you got, man?
I wasn't that eager, but yeah, I am now. I got some Dr Pepper cherry flavored.
No, that's a drink. That's not a strain or something.
No, that's a drink.
All right, so you've got an ordinary soft drink. What are you consuming via cannabis?
Cannabis? What's that, mate?
We're going to have a difficult one with Billy today, I think.
Yeah.
Holy.
No.
He hasn't slept.
Weed wise, I have some more of the old fucking Seedsman GMO, and it's
Okay.
really earthy and hashy. And I've got some hash as well, which I procured. Isn't it? Is the way I bought it. I got it
Okay.
delivered from the black market people or the
Nice.
legacy market.
Is
sorry.
it decent? Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite nice. It's
Sweet.
one of them's nice and the other one's nicer, but the nice one, my homemade hash is better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then
Hmm.
it's gonna be. So
Nice. What you got there,
Homemade
Margaret? You
hash
got
is
something
always
nice?
better.
Yeah. I'm still working on that confetti cake because I cut it up into pieces and I put it in the freezer. So I ate some of that, and I have some more
Nice.
mango haze today.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Gonna be
Fancy.
a little bit wasted by
Yeah.
the time the grow guys comes along. Nice.
Jesus.
That's the plan.
What you got, John?
Same as last week. I got the ATM DTF Canadian strain going on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty. I like it.
And
a
I
lot.
have the
Smells like cat piss.
I have whatever the fuck is in my mighty, whatever this is. Yeah.
Nice.
SOS.
The mystery weed.
Yeah, well, yeah. The SOS weed, the same old shit. I don't know what it is. I know it's Mephisto. But yeah,
Okay.
there we go. Just wait for the mighty to warm up before we move on to the
I
The-
also am drinking a Dr. Pepper, Billy.
okay.
But the regular, the original.
You got the original, have you? Yeah. I
Yes,
got
the
the cherry one.
original.
This cherry one's quite nice because it's still got like a Dr Peppery taste to it as well.
Nice.
Hmm.
I've got an OJ beer. I'm sure I said this before.
What?
But did you have to shoot someone to get it or something? Wear a
No,
glove?
it hits like a white Bronco. That's what it said.
Ah,
Yeah, it's an 8% beer, so you know it's pretty strong. But it's nice. I like it. It's a good one. So it comes out the
Seems
freezer. I
not
make sure
good.
it's been in the freezer for an hour or so before the show, so it's good and cold. And then I have that
Jesus
with my
Christ, what?
my mighty here.
you gonna go for a long drive afterwards?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, that
Okay.
OG got me sidetracked. Well, what's up, Ed Tech? Yes, shout out to everybody in chat there. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. Oh, look at that. DC Smee got some Dalmore whiskey. I had that last week. I had some beautiful whiskey this week. Oh my gosh. Let me just read. It's an empty bottle now, unfortunately. But this Jameson's Black Barrel Reserve Series, expertly aged. Jesus.
Ooh.
That was so good.
Fancy.
So fucking good. And then I do have a new bottle of whiskey here, which I cracked open yesterday, which isn't so good, but it's still good. It's a Tomatin double cask. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. But that
It's all
that
right. It's
Jameson-
acceptable.
Yeah. Well,
Margaret.
yeah. I
That
won't
was
buy
for
it
you,
again.
John.
I'm fucking dying. Oh,
Macky, Nicholas Haggy in the chat that says, Macky, will you eat some shrooms before one episode? I did one time for an interview because the guest didn't show up, or I forgot. I don't know. There's some reason why I decided it would be a good idea to take 2 grams of shrooms. And then it was like, oh, you got an interview to do. I was like, oh, fuck. Then I had to do an interview. It was with Brandon Rust as well. And I was just fucked off shrooms for the whole fucking interview.
I don't know. How were you able to form sentences?
I don't know. Just winged it, you know? Yeah, it was good fun.
Oh, yeah, that must have been interesting. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if I can do that.
It's like, sorry, I really didn't realize we're going to have an interview. I'm pretty fucked up on shrooms right now, but good times. Yes, I won't do that for one of these shows. I might do it for a private stream sometime, and maybe for a Patreon session. Hit some shrooms. Don't mind doing that. But though we joke about the level of professionalism, there is a certain level of professionalism that I don't want to cross, and that's being mashed up on shrooms live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
That would be very irresponsible.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
won't see
even I
that.
haven't done that.
Yeah, you know.
I only
Well,
do
have you?
it during the session.
Yeah, the Patreon session is all good. You know, we're not live then. It's not recorded. We can say and do whatever we like, so it's not so bad.
Allegedly.
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 Yeah. Now with that, we're all smoking, we're all drinking, and we're all ready for some news.
Yeah.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
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 I wonder, people must wonder what that noise is sometimes. Is it a villager from Minecraft, or is it Chit from that TV show?
Could be.
Mhm.
It could be.
Yeah. It might be.
Don't forget to answer in the poll as well, there, everybody, and we'll give you the answers in the smoke
We can
break.
make them louder.
But for now, let's go to the news. Let's do it. So as promised, we're gonna get straight in there with the boobs. All right, that's where we're gonna go first. Everyone's like, "Oh
boobs.
yeah, I can't wait." Since they got
Get
that
your
online
boobs
safety bill, I haven't seen a pair of boobs on the internet because I need to put my ID in. That's what everybody's saying in the UK right now. But yeah, this is trigger warning, everybody. These are not nice boobs. We have ringleader and drug smuggling gang jailed. And if you can look there on the screen, if you're watching us live, and this is why you should join us live now and again, everybody, because you get to see boobs on the screen. All right, just saying.
Oh man.
Did you see them?
Ooh,
Did you see them, Margaret?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
hairy boobs too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Look at that.
Is that an alien?
Oh yeah, maybe the third guy is a cyborg. I think. Sorry, the second guy, the guy in the middle, looks like a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy there looks like he's got a little something in his trousers that he needs to drop. You know what I'm
Little
saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, an organised crime gang which smuggled millions of pounds worth of cannabis from the US into South Wales, through the post, have been jailed. Now, this is going well. It's going well so far. The operation was led by 28-year-old Abubakar Kawar from Riverside area of Cardiff, who was sentenced to 8 years at the city's Crown Court on Wednesday. Prosecutor Roger Griffith described the 11-strong gang operation as drug importation and supply on an industrial scale. Border Force intercepted, listen to this is a crazy amount of cannabis right now, 327 kilograms, that's 721 pounds of the drug, with a street value of 11 million British pounds sterling, but the court was told at least 58 consignments did get through. So even though they caught that much, there's still 58 parcels that went through, apparently, or something. I don't know what they mean by consignments. Kawar was seen in videos with 0.45 kilograms, that's 1 pound packs of cannabis known as Cali packs, being split ready for 3.5 street deals. And these probably, that's an ape, that's a King Henry.
That's
6
a
out of 10.
shit ton
Thanks, Smee.
eighths, man.
Thanks, Smee. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shit ton of apes, isn't it? That's takes a while to chop that shit up. But they're going to be going for 40, 50 quid or something each one. So it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
The court was told Kawar received instructions from a man known as Adam Z in the US who was orchestrating the operation, sending the drugs from 7 different US states, including California, New Jersey, Colorado, and Ohio. Some of the drugs were sent to the US in packages marked as Yankee Candles, and we've seen that before, right?
Yeah.
And some guys had some sent from the USA, some Cali weed sent from the US, and it was disguised as Yankee Candles. The court heard the gang was making profit of between £3,000 and £10,000 per day. The gang's second in command, Muhammad Noor Hussein, 29, from Cardiff, was sentenced to 6 years in prison. There's the guy, a little bit more modest this time on the screen there. He's got his boobs covered. Cardiff Crown Court Judge Eugene Egan said he was instrumental to the storage of the drugs in a stash house in the Riverside area of the Welsh capital and the distribution chain. He said Hussein played a significant role in the organisation, ensuring the cogs in the machine worked, collecting and storing the drugs. The court was told he was financially motivated by the need to clear debts. What kind of debts do you have, bro? Student loans, probably. Yeah, they're quite expensive, I've heard. Gang members who were sent packages through the post also received significant sentences. Judge Egan said, "It is too simplistic to say all I did was receive a small amount of cannabis through the post. This was a well-run, well-organized, and extremely profitable business." The court heard 8 kilograms of drugs with a street value of £164,000 was intercepted before it could be delivered to Solomon Bertram, 36, from Cardiff, who was sentenced to 22 months in jail. He was recruited by his girlfriend and fellow gang member, Sophie Jones. I don't think recruited is the right word.
Sophie?
You know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lady's name, that one, John. Yeah. Judge Egan told the father of 6, "You could have told her no, but greed got the better of you. You thought this was easy money? That must look foolish now." Well, because it was easy money. I mean, these guys didn't get away with it, but what's this, 1 in 10? How many other people get away with this shit? It's not like all of them get caught. It's a ridiculously lucrative business, and this is why it needs to be taken out of the hands of criminals and properly legalized and regulated. But you don't listen. You all think you know best. You think you're just going to pass these sentences down and people are going to stop selling cannabis now? Jesus. These people are clueless. The court was told Sophie Jones also persuaded her brother Kieran Jones, 29, to get involved. Twisted his arm, she did. Very violent. Like, "No, you got to sell this weed for me. I'm going to give you 200 grand. He's like, "Oh, no, please, no." About £277,000 of cannabis destined for his address in Cardiff was stopped by detectives. Jailing him, and that's a shitload of weed, man. Fuck. Jailing him for 26 months, the judge said, "You became involved at the bidding of your sister, Sophie Jones. You had a drug problem." The drug problem which he had was the fact that the drugs are illegal. That's the main problem. Yeah. Sophie Jones, 32, will be sentenced next month. Steve Monroe, 45, from Cardiff, had 5 packages sent to his home, but only 1 arrived. The other 4 were halted by detectives. Imagine being that guy. Imagine you're waiting for these huge packages of weed to go through. You're expecting 5. 1 arrives, and you're like, "Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dear me. You didn't send it with every, did you?" Yeah, they're a really bad delivery company in the UK, allegedly. Yeah, imagine 4 of them get fucking old. He was jailed for 32 months. The court was told 2 kilograms of cannabis sent to 2 addresses used by Kyle Solowick, 29, from Barry, Vale, and Glamorgan. He was sentenced to 34 months in prison. He refused to provide the PIN for his phone when he was arrested and had a previous conviction for robbery in 2015. Because this is what you have to do now in the UK if you're arrested. Yeah. And the old bill are like, "We want to look in your phone, give us your PIN number." You have to provide it. Otherwise, you can get more shit on your sentence. So what the fuck? No thanks, mate. No. It's we live in a Big Brother state over here. Anyway, he had spent 9 years in a young offenders institution. Described as a trusted member of the gang, Sean Montgomery was sent by ringleader Abubakar Kawar to Royal Mail sorting office at Holton Road in Barry to track down 10 missing parcels of drugs representing a loss of 60,000. So he sent this guy Sean Like, go in there, mate. Check where it is. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to. Then he walks in the sorting office and he just stinks of weed. He's like, oh, shit. The court heard Kawar and his US supplier Adam Z were becoming increasingly irritated by the number of parcels disappearing. They had, in fact, been intercepted by police and border force officers. Sean Montgomery took photos of himself sitting in his car with cannabis valued around $20,000 in his lap. Smart guy. Jailing him for 3 years and 6 months, Judge Egan said, "You were showing off about your drug dealing. The decision to take the photograph is not so sensible now." And it wasn't very sensible then. That's not a good idea. He also had previous convictions for the possession and supply of Category A drugs, diamorphine and crack cocaine. Andrew Pethers, 36, from St. Mellons in Cardiff, speaking about melons, was also described as a trusted gang member who played a key part in the supply chain, updating the leader about the distribution of the drugs. A 3.2 kilogram shipment of high-grade cannabis was also intercepted before it could reach his home. He was jailed for 3 years. Fellow gang member Daniel Marshall, 40, from a place in Wales, a father of 2 teenagers with gambling addiction, was also jailed for 32 months. Abdu Hussein, 28, from Cardiff, was described as being trusted and instrumental to the supply chain and being particularly aware of law enforcement tactics. He was jailed for 6 years. Jesus, that's a lot of time in prison. Right, so the full list of 11 defendants. Abubakar Kawar, age 28. Well, it doesn't tell us how long they're being sent down for. Just a list of random people then with their addresses in case you want to go check, make sure they've got shit or something. Why do they do that? Fucking hell. Yeah, so sent down for a long time. That's a lot of weed off the streets. And yeah, I just really wanted to bring this article in here because the state of that guy with his fucking tits out, it's just shocking news. One more there, because I know you want to see it, Viking. There it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but shocking, it just goes to show when these guys are in prison now, it doesn't mean that that's it. Oh no, nobody's getting weed anymore. Just somebody's going to fill the fucking gap. That's what always happens in these situations. You're still going to be able to get weed. It's crazy, man. And it should be clear to these people, these judges and these authority figures, that the only way to stop this kind of bullshit from happening is to properly legalize and regulate. No, it's a lot of money. How much money did they say it was worth again?
11 million.
It's
a lot.
Yeah, 11 million. So let's just say they tax it at 20%. That's like 2.2 million, right? In tax.
Well,
that would have been brought in from just these guys. So, what can you say? What can you say?
I think this Josie lady is the one that's the mastermind, to be honest with you. She's bringing everybody in.
Sophie, I mean.
Or Sophie, yeah. Sophie.
Yeah.
I think she's the one behind everything, to be honest with you.
Maybe.
Well, she hasn't gone to court yet. Okay. She brought everybody in. It's like that TV or that show Weeds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, there we go. Be careful out there, everybody. Don't do stupid things. What can you say? It's a lot of time to be spending in prison. They probably won't do the full time if they've got good behavior and shit like that,
Right.
But there we go. Yes, interesting story. Which one should we do next? What should we cover next? Should we let's talk about Snoop Dogg. Let's do that.
This one's a short one, but we'll get after it.
Let's do it.
Let's see what he's up to. So this one's coming from the Observer. It says U.S. rapper leads the way as private investors put their money into Mamedica.
Yep, that's the one.
Mamedica, is that what it's called? A U.S.-based venture capital firm co-founded by Snoop Dogg has invested £4.5 million in the UK's leading medical cannabis clinic, Mamedica, which launched in 2022 and is based in London. Says it has 7,500 active patients under care for a range of chronic and neurological conditions and is on track to double its patient base this year. Other private investors in the fundraising led by the rapper's Casa Verde Capital, which is the largest in the sector in the UK to date, include former Premier League footballers Bobby Zamora and Mark Noble, and the strategic investor and art entrepreneur Jay Rutland. I don't know the couple of those people. Maybe you guys do.
No, I haven't got a clue.
Medical cannabis became legal in the UK in November 2018 after a campaign to make it available to children with severe epilepsy. The market is approaching a $1 billion billion pound valuation and is set to support 100,000 patients this year. Casa Verde's investment is smaller than the average for the UK venture. Really? Okay. That seems like a lot of money, man. For the UK venture capital sector, which is seeing increased competition among investors for top deals. Figures compiled for the Observer by PitchBook show that the top 10 deals this year have made up more than a quarter of the total UK VC funding.
Wow.
In the 8th month to the beginning of September, companies raised £8.9 billion in VC funding, 2.4 billion of which went to the 10 largest deals. That was down slightly from 27.1% in 2024, but up sharply by 11 percentage points from 2023. For the top 10 deals involved companies developing AI technology. Those included Synthesia, which raised 180 million for its text to avatar technology. Quantra with 175 million. Wait a minute. I don't think that has anything to do with that, does it? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's broke up really stupid here. But anyways, they raised a shit ton of money between all those people. There's not much. There's nothing left of that one.
Yeah, well, so Snoop Dogg and these other people are all buying shares in the UK medical cannabis industry.
What could it mean?
Yeah.
It's just strange how. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. I don't get it. How I mean, 'cause it's supposed to be medical. How are private individuals allowed to make money off it like this?
Well, yeah, from medical weed too, and it's like a public entertainer.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very
Right.
medically.
I mean, it's a business, so either way you look at it, but it's not like he just gave his own money for it. You know what I mean?
No, but I kind of get where you're going with this, Macky. It's just like here's people who are like apparently legally investing large sums of money in cannabis while everybody else is getting fucking thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Right.
Make that make sense.
No, it's like these guys in the last story. They were making a shitload of money, but they're not allowed to be involved because they're not giving their money to the right people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like either we were allowed to fucking make just in the shit thing on the fucking avatar there, John. Is that you? Okay.
No, that's Margaret.
Oh, is that Margaret? Okay.
That's why he's saying bite me.
Gosh. But you know, it just it doesn't seem fair that and no hate for Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's always been that guy who just builds his paper stack, as he says, you know, so good for him. But why is somebody in the USA allowed to make money off cannabis in the UK when there's people in the UK who are not allowed to make money off cannabis in the UK? It just seems there's some fuckery going on here. This is not the way it should be. You know?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
There's a little differences in the situations, but yeah. Open market, baby. That's what they say.
Not open for me though. I can't get involved.
You could if you had 4.5 million pounds, probably.
So he's priced out of the market.
And a shell company, allegedly.
That's right. They're playing a different game to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that always the case?
Yeah. Bullshit. More corruption.
Yeah.
It never ends. Bullshit, man. What do you have for us today, Margaret? What have we got? Some news about Germany?
I need more Margaret.
Yes, we have some news from Germany. This one comes from Leafy. 90% of Germans now get their cannabis from legal sources. Survey shows. That's quick, if that's true.
Yeah.
Because they legalized
I'm
April
skeptical.
2024. But let's see what they have to say.
Sorry, just that it's 90% of Germans are saying they got it from the because it might be their homegrown. They're like, oh yeah, bought it from the shop.
That's true. That's a good point. Anyway, a survey of more than 11,000 German cannabis users has found that 88.6%, okay, that's not even 90%, 88.6 acquired their cannabis legally in the past 6 months. suggesting the country's reform efforts are successfully undermining the illegal market. The findings indicate that Germany's Cannabis Act, which came into effect April 1st, 2024, has achieved one of its primary objectives, removing the trade from the hands of drug dealers and into regulated channels. The survey was conducted by researchers from the Institute for Addiction Research at the Frankfurt University of Applied Sciences and the Evangelical University of Freiburg. Well, that was a lot.
Holy.
And was open for completion between the 24th of March and the 10th of June 2025. The 11,471 respondents had a median age of 37 and a 99.2% stated that they were adults aged over 18 years old. Okay, that's good. We've established that.
The other
Although this-
0.8% misunderstood the question.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Probably. Although the survey was open to all persons over the age of 14. The survey contained 41 questions, which mainly focused on obtaining information about people's methods of consumption and purchasing sources. Distributed via social media channels, the survey was targeted at social media users who had previously engaged in the fields of drug policy and cannabis activism, and those who had a particularly high reach.
No pun
Other
intended.
Mhm.
Other organizations such as the State Offices for Addiction Issues, the German Central Office for Addiction Issues, the Federal Institute for Public Health, and drug and youth welfare institutions were also tasked with distributing the questionnaire. Cannabis clubs and social media influencers were also sent the survey in an effort to reach as many people as possible. The study author explained why reaching as many participants as possible is necessary to produce accurate results. That makes sense, noting that international studies have shown that frequent and especially intensive users are responsible for the majority of cannabis consumers in a country. Occasional users, who usually make up the majority of those with a 12-month prevalence, consume only a very small portion of the total market. Thus, in order to estimate shifts in market volume from illegal to legal sources, it is advantageous to reach as many individuals with regular and intensive usage patterns, which this survey achieved. Nevertheless, it should be emphasized that changes in occasional users are also relevant. Nearly all, 97.5% participants reported that they had used cannabis. CBD and synthetic cannabis were excluded before the law changed in Germany. When asked when the last time they had used cannabis, 60.4% said in the past 24 hours, 33.3% in the last 30 days, but not in the past 24 hours, and 6.3% in the past 12 months, but not in the past 30 days. Women were slightly less likely to have used in the past 30 days than men and those who identified as diverse individuals. Use frequency varied significantly. 39.2% said they used daily, 28.8% said used several times a week, 12.8% used once a week, 11.8% once a month, 7.3% once a year. Women and diverse individuals were shown to consume less frequently than men. The average amount of cannabis consumed by the whole group was 1.26 grams per day. Individual consumption patterns showed 29.7 used less than half a gram a day, 31.5 used between half a gram and a gram, and 26.9% used between a gram and 2 grams, and 11.9% consumed more than 2 grams a day. Gender differences in consumption amounts were minimal. The most common consumption method was smoking a joint with tobacco. How very European. Others reported using a vaporizer. That was 37%. Joints without tobacco at 10%.
We
The
gotta pump those
hookah.
numbers up.
They must.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I think when they say hookah like that, they must mean bong.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
Maybe.
because bong isn't on the list otherwise. And
Right.
I
That's a
would say
good
bong comes
point.
under, you know, when you have actual smoking cannabis like that, you have joints with tobacco in, and then you'll have people who smoke it pure, and then you'll have people who hit bongs and pipes. But
Right.
hookah is different, isn't it? That's like when you pile tobacco on top of the thing with a heating stone, put some weed in that. That's like being at the shisha lounge. That's what that is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's usually a little
Right.
more. Yeah, you're doing that with more people too. You're not just doing it
Yeah.
by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
so-
you are, but fuck, that's a lot of
Right.
weed. So
You get
yeah,
weed and hookers in Amsterdam, didn't you?
Yeah. Smoking weed with a hookah. Yeah.
So it could be a hookah, it could be a bong. It's up to you how you want to interpret that. Edibles at a paltry 2.4%,
Oh
disappointing.
no.
Pipe at
Jeez,
1.5%. Dabbing 0.7, not a lot of dabbing going on, and e-vapes at 0.4, which is wise. They are just wasteful products. And that's my personal opinion. Women use joints with tobacco significantly more than men. Ooh, tisk tisk. While men and those identifying as diverse used vaporizers more often than women. Come on, ladies, you know the joints and the tobacco aren't good for you. Young adults were more likely to use joints than adults, 6 times more likely to use joints without tobacco, whilst adults were more likely to use a vaporizer than adults. That's probably because they're so goddamn expensive. Those who smoke joints without tobacco as their main form of consumption are an average of 32.2 years old. Whilst, I like how they're using whilst joints with tobacco, this figure is 35.6 years, for vaporizers 39, and pipes 44, the author wrote. The results suggest German society has adapted quickly to legal cannabis, with respondents indicating they source their products via home grows, including that grown by friends, cannabis cultivation associations, and medical cannabis pharmacies, because that's the only way you can get it. Anyway, that's another story. The rapid shift from the illegal market, unlike the trends seen in Canada, where consumers took years to transition to the legal market. Nearly all German cannabis consumers are using the new legal framework, despite its relatively recent introduction. But if they're saying, like, if they're including home grow in the legal cannabis, that just,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it
crazy.
counts, but I don't know. There are no cannabis retail stores, really, are there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't
Not
know
yet,
either.
Anyway.
I don't think there
Well, I
are.
thought it was just going to be like lounges and shit or whatever that they were doing.
Yeah, like the grow clubs and social clubs or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And that's what they said, cannabis cultivation associations and pharmacies, medical pharmacies.
How
Mhm.
accurate do you
the-
think this is, though? Because, as we said at the start there, it's just 90% of people are saying they get it from the
I don't
illegal
know.
place.
So they put this out through a bunch of associations, but how many of them actually did this survey from social media? Because I don't do surveys on social media. I'm
Very
like,
true.
I'm not
No.
spending my time doing this. You're
Also,
not getting my time for free.
what are the laws like over there? I mean, like, if let's just say, since it's so new and you're scared, if I put no, I bought it through the legal market here, are they going to come get you? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you go to jail. Go straight to jail. Do
Right.
not pass
Right.
go. Do
So,
not
like,
collect
everybody's
200.
going to say, "Yep, I bought it on the legal market, or got it legally."
Yeah, you're not going to
Yeah.
tell the truth, really, are you? If he's going
Right.
to get you in the
But
shit.
I mean, just like some of these
But-
numbers are probably weighed down for the usage. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But again,
once a
they're
week.
saying they source their products via home grows, including that grown by friends. How many people were doing that before legalization?
Right.
They just
Yeah,
could
true.
get busted for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that part is kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
That's a
that's
good point.
what they were doing before legalization, and now they
Mhm.
can just do it without worrying about getting arrested.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, you know, where did you get that
Okay.
cannabis from? Off my friend.
Yeah.
And, you know, now it's legal to do that. So have they really changed their ways?
No.
You know, they've adapted quickly to legal. It's like, no, legal has adapted quickly to the cannabis market, it seems.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it's the opposite way round. You're adapting to us, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Sorry. Name that
Yeah,
movie.
but-
And
What?
the character.
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, well, you're lost, John. You're lost. Let's see if somebody can
Probably.
get it in the chat. There, Billy, you got get that one? You know that one, surely.
What one?
The quote from the movie I just said.
He didn't hear
What
either.
movie? I
Wow.
didn't hear either.
Do these guys even listen to me? You hear this? You hear this
Pay
chat?
I was
attention.
just
Yeah,
responding in chat.
See,
Okay.
you drone on so
That's
much.
it.
I think we
Yeah,
switch
it-
off. Yeah,
Oh, Macky's talking. Let's turn the brain
Yeah.
off for 20 seconds.
yeah, basically, yeah. Let's do something else instead.
Jesus. Yeah, thanks, Billy. Thanks.
It's all right,
Thanks,
mate.
John.
No worries.
Margaret,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Allegedly.
Jesus. Allegedly, thank you. Always good for that. And Gellert didn't even hear it. Gee, maybe
See?
YouTube filtered it out because the
Oh.
impression was so good right?
Bullard's
That
probably
it-
just
the
trolling you.
copyright
That's what's
was called in and snipped it out because it didn't want copyright infringement. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. So there we go. Yes, interesting story from
good.
Germany. Congratulations on the move forward. Let's talk about Barney's farm, man. Let's see what the fuck is going on here. What are you saying, Billy?
Yeah, man.
lady.
I see this and thought that's a bit odd because I didn't even know this collaboration was going on.
I know,
But then
right?
I don't pay no attention anyway, really, to be honest. So, but Dutch Seed Bank, Barney's Farm, one of the leading names, obviously, as we know, in the global consumer cannabis seeds market, has backed out of a landmark merger with Sensi Seeds and US firm I Love Growing Marijuana, ILGM. So I've never heard of them either. I Love Growing Marijuana, to be honest. But then I
No.
don't live in the US and take no notice of US seeds because we can't get them over here mostly. So it's
Right.
sort of we don't really know. It'd be nice to try some of the seeds. Now I had heard of them, but hey, here we go. So beyond the collective heft of three of the largest, most established cannabis seed brands on the planet, this new collective promised to be the first cannabis seed company in history to go public on a major US capital market, avoiding the barriers faced by traditional plant-touching cannabis firms. That sounds a bit groomy, doesn't it, eh?
A little bit.
The deal to combine was announced on stage at the MJ BizCon in December 24. And however, after nearly a year of silence following its bold announcement, the deal's collapsed, with the blame being placed squarely on the deal's apparent architect, Power Plant. So Barney's Farm founder Derry Brett told Business Cannabis, whilst wishing our friends at Sensi and LIGM the very best, we have taken the decision to terminate the merger to protect Barney's Farm from what has transpired to be, at best, Power Plant's unsuitable and speculative enterprise. We look forward to revealing...
Who's Power Plant then? We have a story behind that? I don't know what he's referring to.
Yeah, nor do I. So
Something dodgy with this company, Power Plant. Yeah. Let's carry on.
Must be like some consultation or something.
Yeah, we look forward to revealing substantial groundbreaking partnerships in coming weeks. So they've
So
just
something could be coming up.
yeah, they found someone different. So 9 months on from the announcement, there have been no public closing steps, no regulatory filings in the Netherlands, no follow-up statements from the companies involved regarding the merger, and no reference to it either. So the radio blackout was eventually broken just a few weeks ago on the 1st of September when Barney's Farm, they proposed the merger as well, sort of like issued a press release announcing the decision to walk away from it. So in response to a request for clarification of the process of the merger and its relation to Power Plant, Brett confirmed that to the Business of Cannabis that the vehicle and driver that put the proposed merger together is Power Plant Inc., despite not being referenced once in any of the initial merger announcements or on any of the websites of the companies it apparently represents. Power Plant website states that it's uniting some of the most respected names in cannabis, like founded to proactively address the anticipated consolidation within the fragmented cannabis seed and genetics market. Power Plant is advancing to buy and build strategy with the acquisitions of ligm.com and Sensi Seeds. So it seems like Power Plant are a head company.
Well, I've got it here. We can
money.
quickly do a tangent onto that. It just says, I've got their website open. The world's first cannabis genetics. It moved there. Stinger moved. The first cannabis seed and genetic powerhouse. We acquire, invest, and actively support highly profitable cannabis seed and genetic brands with massive growth potential that traditional finances have so far overlooked. Power Plant has been 100% debt-free and profitable from day one. Our brands currently serve millions of loyal customers across the US and Europe with current revenues of $46 million, normalized EBITDA of 23.3, and normalized net profit of $17.1 million. Our growth is not theoretical to support our acquisition. So yeah, a place where it just collects genetics or something.
Yeah, it seems that they're just buying up genetics, basically.
So they're going to own all of it, have the monopoly.
Yeah. And here they only have two companies so far. If you look on the screen, you'll see they have two companies. ILGM, I Love Growing Marijuana.com, and Sensi Seeds. So it seems like these are the first two companies to get involved, and then Barney's Farm were also offered but have pulled out. That's the impression I get. I might be incorrect, but that's kind of what that points to.
Let's go on.
Yeah, sorry, but you want to carry on with the story?
Yeah,
then,
it's
mate?
okay. So basically, the proposed merger was undone when power plant, the promoters of the merger, failed to meet their basic contractual obligations to Barney's Farm, including failure to transfer funding by contracted deadline dates. So they never paid them. We at Barney's Farm do not know where this leaves what remains with the merger, but it would be incorrect to communicate that the merger, including Barney's Farm, is still somehow intact. It's not. So yeah, not looking good. Regarding to its plans to go public, Brett clarified that it was never power plant's plan to IPO. Their route was always an RTO.
What's that mean?
Don't know, haven't got a clue. Doesn't explain that here. Despite the collapse of the merger, he suggested that it could be on the horizon. Barney's Farm, a long-time major player in the cannabis industry, continues building strategic partnership with key influential brands, and consolidating partnerships are expected to be announced shortly. At Barney's Farm, we remain committed to our exciting research programs and building and maintaining the world's most trusted global cannabis seed bank. We look forward to revealing substantial groundbreaking partnerships in the coming weeks. We at Barney's Farm are focused on our research and development programs, our collaborations with other like-minded breeders and experts, creating new innovative cannabis genetics. Our strategy will always be focused on delivering the highest quality products whilst accessing means to strengthen our market position. So that seems interesting. So it does go on a bit more, but we probably don't need to because it's more just
we see what's going on. But I find it. I think it's a good move from Barney's. I don't like this whole consolidation thing. It's one of these bad things about capitalism. Is these big companies that just have a ridiculous amount of money are able to buy companies ridiculously over asking price because they just have money. They do, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll take that. Just throw the fucking money out because they can, because they've got ridiculous amounts of money. Buy up all these small seed banks, and then we just start losing the variety in the market. Then we don't have the options, because one of the good things about capitalism is choices. You go to these different places, and if somebody's shit, you got another similar company that may be better. So you go to them, you find the one you like, the ones you don't like fade away because they're shit, and the good ones become successful. But then they get bought out by a huge billionaire or a billionaire company, and they turn shit, So I'm glad Barney's Farm has stepped away from this. It's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know shit about anything.
I thought Sensi Seeds was pretty big, man.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe back in the day they
were.
Well, maybe they are big, and that's why they got bought out. Someone bought them.
Yeah.
Big, yeah.
That's
it. Maybe they just wanted to get out of it. Who knows?
Plus, the owners are going to be reasonably old, aren't they? Because Sensi have been going around for fucking a long time.
Since like the 80s or something.
So if you're fucking like over 60 and someone's offering you like a lot of millions, enough to retire for the rest of your life.
You own fucking Sensi Seeds, and it comes up to you and it's like, bro, I'll give you fucking 300 mil for that company today. Cash.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can sit on an island and grow your own genetics you've got anyway. Do you know what I mean? And not have the stress anymore.
Right.
So the last 30, 40 years of their work has paid off, and they've walked away from it. I would have done that totally. I would set up, go. It's not worth the stress sometimes running a company, especially nowadays. So much stress involved in it. So.
It's good. Fair play to Sensi. Fair play to Isle of Grand Marijuana. That's like fair play to them. They doing what's right for them, man, and that's cool. It might end up affecting the business at some point, but maybe it won't, because you see a lot of people, smaller seed banks popping out there now with good genetics. There's so many. It used to be just a few of these big guys, but now there's so many because of legalization and shit. So I don't know. This is where just the market goes. I hope not too many people sell out. Maybe in 10 years we're gonna have this one company selling all the fucking seeds, and they're all gonna be triple.
You're just gonna get it from Amazon. It'll just be Amazon Cannabis.
Wow.
Which is depressing, but.
Yeah, man. So do we have one more story then? That's it. Just one more. Yeah, just one more. The Ramsgate mom. This one's interesting because, as you guys probably know, that cannabis is legal for medicine here in the UK, but using it as medicine can still have consequences.
Trouble.
Yeah. So I'll read some of this. Ramsgate, that's a place in the UK. Ramsgate mum, that's a mum from Ramsgate, which is a place in the UK. Ramsgate mum caught drug driving in Dover claims she used cannabis to manage back pain, which many people do. A mum of two caught behind the wheel of her car while more than 4 times the legal cannabis limit claims she smokes the drug to manage chronic back pain. Natasha Mitchell, 33, was stopped on the A2 in Dover after officers say they caught a smell of the Class B substance wafting from her blue Fiat. And this is something that I've noticed, right? Because, I don't smoke cannabis very well. I don't smoke at all. I only vaporize now. And when I'm driving, sometimes there'll be a car in front, and I'll be like, I got weed on me over there. But of course I don't. You know what I mean? And it's just like smells like somebody's smoking in the car. And it's just the car in front of me. The people in front of me are smoking, and it's wafting coming into the car, so I can smell it in my car. And it's just like, this is what, don't smoke and drive, everybody. And I know that just because there's presence of cannabis doesn't mean that you're intoxicated. I'm not saying you can't smoke and drive and do it completely safely. These people use it daily for medicine. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it anyway, but you still have to remember that it is still kind of illegal here in the UK, especially if you don't have the medical license and shit. If you're smoking in your car and just for any reason, you're just in traffic, police pull up behind you, they're going to smell that shit. You might think you do the windows up, it's going to be safe. No, it's going to get out. It's going to go into the police officer's car. They can hear that. They can smell that. Sometimes they can hear it's loud cannabis. But just bear that in mind. Just bear that in mind. Yeah. But yeah, don't be high while you're driving. That's it's very dangerous. Well, of course, always use your own discretion there. But some people, like this lady here, use cannabis for medicine. Now, there's a difference of people who use cannabis daily for medicine and their level of intoxication. For example, if I went to visit Billy and he's smoking a joint and it's his 10th joint of the day and he's absolutely fine, and I'm like, cool, Billy, let me take a couple of hits on that joint. He'd be like, of course, Macky, no problem, because that's how he rolls. And I hit that shit. I ain't driving home for 3 fucking hours. Just because I'm high as fuck. It's like, no, I don't feel safe driving, man. But Billy smoked 10 joints today. But he'll be fine to drive. Yeah. But I've taken 3 hits, and I'll be fucked and wouldn't drive. So just because the presence of cannabis is in the blood system doesn't necessarily mean there's intoxication. So and this is something that needs to be better. If this woman is using cannabis daily for back pain, and she's got 4 times the legal limit of cannabis, whatever the fuck that is, it doesn't mean that she's any more wasted. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that bit. Anyway, so she's got beyond the wheel. Smokes to deal with back pain. Natasha Mitchell, 33, was stopped on the A2 in Dover after officers said they caught her with the smell from the blue Fiat. Maybe she's a hairdresser. It's a joke, you see. Hairdressers drive blue Fiats. When they pulled her over near the Duke of York roundabout on February 28th, just in case you were driving past then, you remember what you're seeing? Why are they so precise with the fucking whereabouts? They found a pot of herbal cannabis in the glove box. She then failed a roadside drug swipe before later giving a reading of 8.4 micrograms of THC per litre of blood in her system. More than 4 times the legal limit of 2.
Wait,
so
you guys have that over there?
Allegedly.
You got that too, Margaret?
What do we have? Oh, roadside.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. I don't know.
Crazy.
I've heard of it, but I didn't
do my best to never get pulled over.
Right.
Now, she admitted drug driving and possession of a Class B drug when she appeared at Folkestone Magistrate Court on September 3rd. Victoria Ackhead, or Ached, I don't know, prosecuting, told the court a police dog handling unit had been patrolling the area when officers noticed the familiar smell. She said they were driving towards Dover and smelled cannabis coming from the blue Fiat. So as I said, these guys are sitting in their car, police dogs in the back, and then all of a sudden, dogs going fucking crazy. Like, what are you cunts smoking a joint? I can smell it. But yeah, it's the car in front, which was a blue Fiat. They put their lights on and sirens, and the car was pulled over. And at the Duke of York roundabout, there was a strong smell of cannabis. A search of the car uncovered a small part containing the herbal cannabis, which was seized by officers. Scott Nielsen, defending, says Mitchell's boyfriend had been smoking in the cannabis in the car, but conceded she had also taken the drug before driving. She smokes it on a day-to-day basis, and she has back problems and takes tramadol for it, he said. Now, the thing is, tramadol is a pretty fucking hefty painkiller. Now, like I said, if I met up with Billy there and I smoked a few draws of that joint, I'd be a little bit fucked and I wouldn't drive. Now, if I took a tramadol, I would probably feel the same fucking way. I don't do painkillers and shit. So when I do have a painkiller for some reason, then it's going to hit me pretty fucking hard. Yeah, I remember taking a gabapentin before for some back pain or something, and it was like, I was so fucking wasted. I was like, I'll never do that shit again. Man. So this lady's allowed to take tramadol and drive the car. That's fine. Yep. But you can't smoke a joint or smoke a joint before you've driven. And, for medical reasons, I'm not saying get fucking wasted. There's lots of different ways you can be impaired and shouldn't drive. There's lack of sleep. You've taken too many drugs, drank too much. You're angry at the missus over a stupid argument. You're angry at a road rage incident. And there's loads of things that you shouldn't do while you're driving, and all of it needs to be taken into consideration by the individual driving the car and make sure that you drive responsibly and not under the influence in any way, Jesus, Smith said he takes 4 gabapentin a day. Damn. But again, you see how you would have built up this tolerance to it.
Right.
But if I had 1 gabapentin, I'd be like, fucked. I wouldn't be driving my car after taking a gabapentin.
Yeah. I'd be on the couch.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So these different levels are different for each person. So though the limit of cannabis in her blood was high, it doesn't mean that she was incapacitated and unable to drive safely while it was in her system, Anyway, we smokes it on a day-to-day basis. She has back problems, takes tramadol. But the cannabis negates the effects of the medication, so she doesn't have to take the tramadol for her prolapse disc for pain management. She got borderline personality disorder and ADHD and thought she would be okay to drive. Nielsen added that Mitchell had reduced her cannabis intake and was working with her doctor to find alternatives, but stressed she was struggling. Yeah, it's like working with the doctor. Yeah,
more opioids?
You know what I mean? More opioids? Yeah, take some of this potential heroin. Just don't have that cannabis now.
Here's some fentanyl.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Can I drive on these? Yeah, no problem. Just don't
operate heavy machinery.
How do you do the fentifold while you're driving?
Wow. That's a good question, Margaret. We're going to just assume that's a rhetorical question. We don't need to answer that. She's working with her doctor to find an alternative, he said, which is crazy. So she's, she is consuming cannabis, discussing this with a doctor. So that's in some way using it in a medical way. Doctor knows about it. I mean, she hasn't been prescribed it, but the doctor knows, and they're looking for alternatives. Magistrates were told Mitchell from Ramsgate is claiming PIP and universal credit, which is a type of welfare in the UK, I think it was what it would be called. They fined her £120 sterling for drug driving and banned her from the road for 12 months. So let's just... There, right. That's what I'm saying, everybody. So it might be fun.
What is it for drinking and driving?
Yeah, 12 to 18 months as well. I think it's similar.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. But just, I mean, if you drive, you know how much freedom that vehicle gives you. It's expensive. You have to maintain it and shit, but you're still happy to pay that money for that piece of freedom. Imagine losing your license for 12 months, and imagine the insurance premiums as well here in the UK. Imagine how much that's going to jump up. So this is a good reason not to smoke weed in your car. Even when I did smoke shitloads of weed, I still never smoked in my car. One, because my kids go in the car and I don't want it stinking of weed. So, I've never smoked in my car. But also, it's just not fucking safe. Not because you might get impaired and, have a crash, but because if the old bill fucking smell it, you get pulled over. Doesn't matter if you're impaired or not. They're going to give you that blood test. You're going to be over the limit. You're going to lose your car for a year. A fucking year.
Oh, shit, man.
No, so don't do it, man. Don't do it. Just leave it fucking in the ashtray in an airtight jar or something. I don't know. Just don't smoke while you're driving. It's just not safe. Police just going to pull up behind you one day, smell it, and then you're fucked. Just don't do it, man. For me to lose my car for a year would be devastating. I wouldn't be able to work. Wouldn't be doing fucking anything. I'd spend all my time on the forum, you know. And I already spend enough there. She was also fined £40 for cannabis possession and ordered to pay 85 contribution towards court costs. And get this one, a £64 victim surcharge. And they always throw that in there. It's like, where's the victim? What are you even talking about? The police dog?
Stupid. Holy.
She's the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victim of her own poor choices.
Yeah, that's right. What can you do, man? It's ridiculous. And I don't know if this would have even happened if she was using it legally. You know, she bought the prescription and all that shit. Would she still be able to smoke? Would that be considered still over the limit? And she would lose her license, even though she's using it medically and allowed to use it. You know, it's crazy, man. This is bullshit. You should really find if somebody is impaired. Not just that they have a presence in the system. Like, you know, I enjoy whiskey. So I can drink quite a few whiskeys and be like, I wouldn't drive, don't get me wrong. I still wouldn't drive. If I'm going to be driving at all, I'm not hitting the whiskey. You know, it's everything's done for today. I'm going to have a whiskey. But I can drink a few glasses of whiskey and not even be touched by it. But if Billy came round mine and was like, Billy, have a glass of whiskey, he's going to be fucked after one glass of whiskey. You know, it's just, you get used to a certain level of something you take and your body adjusts, you know, and you kind of get a tolerance towards these things. So just because presence is there doesn't mean there was impairment. And something needs to be done about that when it comes to drug driving. And of course, it is always obvious, don't drive if you're impaired.
Do not do it.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's very dangerous for you, for the people on the road, you know, for the people walking by. Just not worth it, man. You know, and that, again, that's not just if you smoke too much weed. Obviously, don't drive. If you drank too much, obviously don't drive. But I think they don't stress enough. Like, if you're driving angry, pull over, take a break, relax. Don't drive angry. What film's that one? Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Remember that one? No. What film's that? Anybody got that one? But anyway.
No, mate.
No, Mackie's got all the obscure
I
movie
know.
references
Like, the
today.
first thing that came to mind was like the Tom Cruise NASCAR movie.
No. Groundhog Day, man. Groundhog Day.
Oh.
Him and Pensatoni Phil in the car, and he's just going to drive it off the fucking edge of the cliff. And he's like, don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Yeah, so the random quote.
Oh, my
God. Yeah, you know,
God.
it's not just cannabis and alcohol that get you impaired. Painkillers do. Lack of sleep does. You know, loads of shit, man. So bear that in mind whenever you drive your vehicle. Just consider, are you safe enough to do it? Right, so one more kind of a piece of news here. We did the conspiracy stream yesterday, and Brian came along to do chat some shit with us. And he mentioned, before we opened up the show, he was down in San Antonio, Texas, right? Doing one of the shows for his rubber ducky isopods things that he has his business. And some guy came up to him, and the guy was with his daughter. We don't know the person's name. And just said how much he loves High on Homegrown, because Brian's been on the show many times before, and he was just saying, yeah, man, I love High on Homegrown, great show, thanks for everything you do, and all that kind of stuff. And then Brian told us about it, and I just wanted to give this guy a shout out. You know, it's crazy to think that just some random guy in San Antonio, Texas, walks up to Brian and is like, yo, High on Homegrown, cool show. That's fucking crazy to think. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and if you ever come across one of the panel members, you know, except for Macky and Billy, well, maybe Billy will be like, yeah, fuck, that's me, you know, but yeah, I'll just be like, what even is cannabis?
Right? I don't know what you speak of.
Stuff.
Oh my gosh, how dare you?
You sure sound like that guy.
You mean drugs? But yeah, what was that other film reference? What was that other quote that said? What the fuck was that? Oh, the Rorschach when he's in prison. Watchmen. You know?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
No.
Oh, it's a famous quote from Rorschach. Gosh. But yeah, thanks to the guy, and of course thanks to Brian as well, because Brian's a legend. But yeah, thanks to the man from San Antonio, Texas, who met with Brian the other day. And yeah, we appreciate you too. Thanks for listening to the show, man. Because he said as well, he was talking to Brian about how he doesn't want to ever be some kind of big grower. He just wants to be a home grower. And the show has helped in shitloads. And we like that, because that's what we do this
hopefully
for.
He's a member of the forum, right?
Maybe. I don't know, because then he would have messaged us. He would have already spoken to us, and would have been like, "Oh, that's this guy. We know that guy."
Well,
You know.
well, maybe.
So, I hope he hears this.
Yeah,
Hope he does.
for sure.
Yeah. But that's all for the news, I think. Unless you got something from the bite me side of thing there, Margaret. You got anything?
I'm trying to think. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcasting platforms or on YouTube. And I'm just in the process of booking a bunch of interviews right now. So I'm looking
Sweet.
forward to
Same.
some of those.
Same.
coming
Always
up.
looking for
Yeah.
interviews.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna take a smoke break then. We ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Do it later.
Sweet, smoke breaks on. There we go. Let's see what happened in
Do
this
it.
poll here. Let's see what happened. So most people are saying, John, you fucking weird thing.
Oh my God, you
Yeah,
people, what's
yeah,
wrong with
so-
you?
Of course, yes, socks with sandals is the lowest at 22%, John. There's more people
How do I
that
keep
don't
losing
wear
these
sandals,
Fucking
bro.
polls, bro.
There's more people don't wear sandals than people who don't wear sandals
Yeah, but they
with
probably wear
socks.
Crocs, and those guys are racist.
How dare you
Yeah, that's
make
terrible,
that
John.
suggestion?
Terrible. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Jesus.
I'm sorry you had to hear that, Margaret.
Wow, wow, wow.
I mean, Crocs are even a Canadian phenomenon, and I've never owned
Yeah.
a pair.
You know where those started?
No,
that
not specifically.
Idiocracy movie.
Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Oh, is that kind of what propelled them into?
Yes, they were looking
Well,
for stupid shoes
That's
for
right.
the movie. They made all these shoes, and boom, Crocs are invented. Boom. What does that say?
So wait,
Mhm.
they didn't make the shoes because of the movie. They
No,
just
no, the
discovered
shoes was
You
shoes.
can
already
believe what you
made.
want.
It was a small company, and the
Shut up,
the,
Macky.
That's the truth, though, right? I think it's. Stop with your fact checking. We don't
I
need
mean,
it.
back in the day, they were like sort of sold as like a gardening shoe, which I could see how they would be quite nice for a gardening shoe if you were spending a lot
They're
of time doing
so
gardening.
big.
But like if you're gardening,
That's
if you
what
get
she
them
said.
dirty,
Sorry.
you can just like you can just hose them off. It's no problem if you get
The-
if they get dirty, whatever. But like
For a long
then
time,
now people wear them everywhere.
Yeah, for a long time, I was
sandals.
like, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
Crocs. What you all doing? What the fuck are these things? But then my missus has a couple of pairs, right? She got these Croc charms. She can personalize them and shit. And I had to go
Yeah.
take the garbage out, as you guys would call it, into the bins outside. And didn't want to take time to put my shoes on. And the Crocs were just there. And I was like, I just pop these Crocs on for 20 seconds, go put fuck bins out.
Well, yeah.
And I
they're
did, and I was
designed
like,
for
oh,
that.
these are fucking comfortable. What the fuck is this? I still don't have a pair. Don't get me wrong, I haven't collapsed to it yet. And because winter's coming now, it's like a waste of time getting Crocs. But maybe next summer, I will consider getting myself a pair.
Listen, the
mean,
people
yeah,
with Crocs still wear them outside in the winter.
Yeah, no, they do. That is true.
That's because they're ridiculous. They're so comfortable, so light. It's crazy. Vikings like bare feet for the win. Are you on crack or something, bro? You know the spiders that live in your country? You want to walk around with no
Yeah,
fucking
right?
shoes on.
Holy.
I'm walking around in boots on all the time. I don't care about temperature. Steel toe cap shit. You mean you could stamp on spiders out there in fucking Australia and the teeth go through the bottom of your shoe, get your foot, you're dead in 3 minutes. Seen it on the telly at some point, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Macky doesn't have a pair. Careful now, Nicholas. I know what you're insinuating. Fucking the cheek. The cheek.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't have a pair of Crocs. They got this whole sport mode. There's all these different styles of Crocs as well. Damn.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you need
Yeah.
to get a pair, Macky, apparently.
Yeah, maybe.
Seems
I
like
don't
you're
know.
just
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're on the fence. Maybe
fighting
you're
it.
just
You know what I mean?
you're just
That's what I'm saying.
like,
Maybe in summertime. Maybe summertime.
yeah. I mean, you don't really get snow there, so you can kind of
Fucking
wear them
Mad Dog's
year-round.
there. It says, Macky, you can get furry Crocs. Bro, that is definitely not selling it to me.
You
I don't want to look
can-
like an absolute
can-
dickhead. Fuck.
They would probably
Somebody
actually
told me
make
to do
good
that.
slippers as well for like
Yeah,
wearing
that's
around
what
the
I was
house.
told. You should get them. They're like slippers. I'm wearing slippers right now, goddamn.
Now you've got
Yeah.
it selling it there. I like the slipper sound. I do like slippers.
But I don't
Yeah.
like how big Crocs are. They're so
like-
huge, man.
yeah, that they are pretty big. That's a thing.
but they
and-
make up for it, and they're lightweight.
But
Like,
can
they're
you
what, a
drive in
couple
them? Do you?
ounces?
Because I feel as if it's
I
not a
mean-
secure shoe to drive in. I wouldn't drive
You gotta
with
have
them
them
on.
in sport mode.
Yes,
I don't even know
apparently.
about that, right?
Listen, I've seen people blow out of sport mode before too, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But driving is a pretty safe activity, I think, to have Crocs on. Because
Okay,
you're not
well,
like actually doing a sport. You're just
But
sitting
no,
on
but
your
you
ass.
probably drive an automatic, don't you?
I do, but
Yeah. I
I
mean, with
can
an automatic, I'd
drive
be happy with that. But
a manual transmission vehicle, just so you know. It's a dying art, and I can do it.
hmm
So,
But
thank you.
if
Okay.
you wear Crocs doing that, you're handling the clutch all the time. It's a
True.
little bit more
Maybe not
movement
good
then.
for the
Green Nugs,
manual
listen,
shift
that's what I'm
drivers.
talking about with the sandals too, bro. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but if you have fuzzy Crocs, you have to wear socks. Like you got to do the sock and Croc for that.
Oh, I see.
Anyway,
Well, yeah, you're
Oh.
right, because that synthetic fuzz of whatever it is inside, it's like some polyester or some shit. Yeah, it's definitely gonna make your feet stink.
That's right.
the random
Guaranteed.
shit we talk about on this show. Oh my gosh! Like anybody at the start of the show is like, you were not expecting a conversation about Crocs and socks and sandals today, were you?
It's a nice palate cleanser though, because it feels
Yeah.
like on the outside the world is on fire
Yeah.
and it's all going to
Yeah,
shit.
for
and
sure, for
Okay.
sure. That's
fucking
why I
the
love
Crocs.
talking this random shit. I mean, we
Yeah,
we
it's
do
great.
stuff about cannabis, and we talk some random shit, and then we'll go back to
Yeah.
cannabis for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm just reading the comment. Crocs be smelling like a bag of Fritos. I've
So
never
what-
owned a pair, but somehow I can picture it.
Wash your
So-
feet, bro. Jesus, wash your feet. That's what
It's the
antifungal
point
medicine or
of
something.
you
What?
sweating, standing on your feet, and your feet sweating. God damn it! This
And that's
is
why
the
you need
whole socks
socks.
thing. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So
It's like you
just
can
wear
change.
socks.
Yeah, just wear socks, man. What's wrong with you? You have to wear. Otherwise, it's just like wearing the same socks every day. You're not going to clean your shoes, are you? I mean, they go in the washer when they get too
What?
dirty.
Wait,
but
what? What
what?
the hell did you just say?
You put your shoes in the washer?
Yeah, I just put them in the wash.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I don't do that either.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What? I don't care. What?
Next thing you know, your shoes are falling apart. Shit. What?
Yeah, yeah. No, you got to wash them on cool. You can't put the hot on
You
them.
gotta wash everything cool.
Well,
I don't think
li-
that's going to
listen,
matter.
I hate to sound sexist, and I say this many times on the show, but this is not something that I deal with. I say to the missus, my shoes need cleaning, and she deals with it. So, yeah,
Ugh.
washing machine, then I hang up
Ugh.
on the line. That's good enough.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's
What?
odd.
I
Why
have
not?
washed a pair of shoes after getting them completely full of sludge. And they come out and they're like bent up like in the cartoons and the tip.
Yeah,
like they're
but-
just like here.
Like
That's
the
because you're doing
hobos
it
in the
wrong. You're doing it
cartoons.
wrong. You
What?
can't just
Some
put
of
them in
these
there
are
on their
totally
own. You got to put them
you
in there
them
with
clothes,
stuff.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
And then don't wash it too hot, and you'll be fine.
Listen,
And then
I'm
they're a
gonna
little
need you to put up a
misshapen.
diary and have the missus take pictures.
Okay, no.
Okay, you know
No,
what I'm
this is
saying?
getting kinky now. Billy's getting that tent pole up again. Okay, no. Talking about pictures of feet.
I'm just sitting here rubbing my thighs, mate. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, send those pictures of your Crocs, Macky. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You're out of control, John. You're out of control. Jesus.
Ooh-wee.
So yeah,
Ooh-wee.
that's a poll we should do. Who has Crocs?
Yeah, do it.
No. Out yourselves.
Quickly, everybody. Quickly, we do one more. Who has Crocs before because we'll stay for another like 8 minutes. You still got until we get to the 420. We'll smoke and then we'll move on to the grow guide. So a couple of minutes yet.
I'll
Get your
be
teas
right
and
back.
coffees and your drinks, your rolls, whatever you need to do. Who has Crocs? Me, because people who have Crocs can't just say, "Yeah, I have Crocs." They have to be all excited about it, and and then, nope, will be the next one. There you go, everybody. That's just two. Who has
Easy.
Crocs?
Nice and easy.
There you go, nice and easy. We'll give you a few minutes
Nope.
there. I'm gonna hit this mighty. Where's it gone? Oh, put it on charge. That's right. 5-year-olds have Crocs. Says bonk the dome. Boo, bro.
I will
Boo.
tell you anecdotally, I have 2 adult children, and they both, at one point, late in their teens, maybe early 20s, both thanked me for never buying them Crocs, even when at the height of their popularity, all their friends had them. And I
Boo.
was just like, I can't
What's
do
the
it,
hate
man.
for Crocs, man? I don't get it.
They're just fucking ugly.
Yeah, they are so big, aren't they? They're like little boats on your feet or something.
Yeah, like these kids were like wearing them to school. I was just like, I can't do that. I'm sorry, I just can't. Just can't do it. Like they weren't wearing
Wow.
them around the house for slippers or to garden or to take out the trash.
Well,
They were wearing them out of the house on
we
purpose.
should get a fucking thread over at Percy. Show us your Croc charms.
You can't
I
get
mean-
weed Croc charms though.
I thought Improper Weed Viking was a dude. No, he's not.
Listen,
Marcus.
if
Oh.
you have a 3D printer, you can make those all day long. Okay.
The croc terms.
Yes.
No,
Right.
well, no, Marcus Pereira, sorry, he said in the chat that he thought Improper Weed Viking was a dude. Now, you might not know this, bro, but sandals, you know the things you wear on your feet, sandals, this is what the rest of the world call them. But in Australia, they call sandals thongs.
Yeah, it's a
They
little.
do
So-
that over here
little-
too, by the way, but those are only
different.
ones with the stupid thing that goes between your toes.
Well, that's what they are. They're flip flops.
But the thing is, it's like it has a whole completely different meaning. Like if you're in the UK and you said to somebody, "Yeah, I'm wearing my grandmother's thongs," they'll be like,
it could be underwear,
"That's
or it could be a shoe.
fucked,
We're
bro.
not really
Why
sure.
does your grandmother wear thongs?" But in Australia, it's not so much of a bad sentence. It's
Just
still a
why
little
the
bit fun.
grandmother wears thongs and not why the person you're talking to is wearing his grandmother's thong. Okay.
Yeah,
Wrong question to ask.
that's right. Why do you guys do that? What?
Why do we do
Yeah.
what?
So,
Yeah,
like
flip-flops.
no Viking. Why do they call it thongs, man? You
Yeah,
know?
that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know where it came from in the US either, but that is when I grew up, that's what they use that to.
Remember that tune from Cisco, the thong song?
Thong, thong, thong,
Yeah.
I mean,
thong.
that has a completely different meaning if you listen to it in Australia. They think it's singing about
Right?
somebody's footwear. That's like R. Kelly
mean-
shit. It's weird, man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ooh.
Welcome. That's
Yeah,
right.
Anyway,
Ooh,
Yeah. Anyway, flip flops. I think it makes
Yeah.
more sense.
that's right.
But-
Because they flip
it
and flop
does.
as you walk.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah, they do flip flop.
Thong is a thin lace, leather lace. Oh my God. Thanks, Cornerstone, for the definition.
I mean, they're also correct, but
Right.
Makes you think which
Whoa,
one,
Smee.
which definition came first? Did the underwear kind of thongs come first, or was it the shoe? Like-
Ooh.
that I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a
did they
really good
name
question.
underwear thongs after
Somebody do some
sandals?
research.
Which
in the
came
chat.
first, the
Mm.
underwear or the shoe?
Mhm.
Good question.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, we usually
Yeah.
ask the chicken and the egg thing, but I think this one
Yeah.
is far more important to get an answer to.
100%. These are the hard hitting questions we're answering on High and Homegrown.
Hey, we're
Like,
doing the
I'm pretty
Lord's
sure it
work.
was the footwear.
This is the High and Homegrown think tank over here.
That's cool. We should do that. We should get rid of the smoke break and start calling it think tank. You know,
Yeah.
where we just
exactly.
wonder about dimensions and shoes.
If there's any policymakers or scientists or whatever out there listening, we are for hire.
That's
That's
right.
right.
We
can
will
answer your
solve
questions.
all your problems,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or at least make you forget about them for half an hour.
Yeah, that too. That's pretty valuable.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a valuable
And
service.
sometimes you got to shut off, right?
yeah,
Get back at it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean,
Well, back to it then.
Well,
Yeah.
and we got
Hey,
3
wait.
minutes until we get
Damn
to the
it,
20.
woman.
Yeah, let's go.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, were you? I beat you to it.
I got a
Oh,
button
no.
for that. I was
Back to it.
honestly.
2
I
minutes.
put
2
that
minutes.
in there for two reasons. One, for like this situation, right, where we're gonna go into, the grow guides or something. But two, also for like when we stop during an article and like going on a rant, and then it just kind of like
Oh,
stops.
yes.
Then we can use that. Well,
Yes.
back to it then.
It's a very nice transition piece
Yes.
of audio. I like it.
Yes.
Very that'd be professional if you could get that in there.
Yeah.
nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's right.
Beautiful, John. Very professional there, sir.
We need a board guy. That's what,
Yes.
Right, closing
Yeah.
the
just
poll.
to do that.
This poll has been one of the most
Well, controversial.
like just one side massively won the other.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah,
Most
So-
people
Sorry?
haven't hopped on the croc train.
that's right.
No, because they're
There's the answer. The 70% say nope. And
Yeah, I feel like
30% is
they're
still good.
like. I feel like they're also pretty popular in the field of healthcare. I think you see a lot of
Yep.
healthcare workers wearing Crocs, probably because they are comfortable and you're wearing scrubs already. So
And And you got to
Yeah.
walk around all day.
Yeah. Yeah. So might as well be
Mhm.
comfortable. And then you can add your pizzazz with the charms or whatever.
Wow,
On your
we
feet.
have the
Man.
monopoly on the word thong. The footwear came before the clothing, according to ChatGPT, says Viking.
Wow.
Wow.
Pig.
Okay.
ChatGPT
Wow.
is very flawed.
But if there's
Well,
anything you've learned from
true.
today's show, that's it. That's the important thing. If there's any takeaway from this show, it's to make sure you know. Oh, a random fact here, Mom. Did you know?
Hey, the next time you're at a trivia night at your local pub and that question comes up, you will
Mhm.
be glad you have that knowledge.
Mhm.
So then, do you think perchance it was some
perchance.
Aussie going around the world using this word, and it just came about from there?
Like
That's
the
how we got
word
it in the
thong
US.
spread it to
Yeah.
the US.
Yeah.
But not to Canada. Very interesting. I guess the Australians
Yeah.
couldn't handle the cold.
Yeah, they just don't wear those kind of
Even-
shoes,
Yeah.
especially
just
without
like muggers.
socks.
Canadians are like, the hell I'm wearing sandals like that. What are you talking about? Thongs? What?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, then it is 420.
That was great.
Smoke, everybody.
420.
Are we ready to go on to the grow guides here already?
Yeah, sure.
Might as well. Whilst we're here, what were we supposed to say now? Get back to it then.
Oh.
Well, back to it then.
There we go.
You know?
Jesus. Wouldn't it be great to get shit on the show sometime? That'd be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could pull that off.
Well, I've pulled off difficult.
Margaret,
I've
we
got
just
Graham
need to start
Hancock on the show
shooting
before.
text messages.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got Graham Hancock and Chit are two very different people.
Yeah,
Right.
Graham Hancock is actually famous.
I don't know, bro. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
so many people
Shit's
know
been
the
a-
shit.
a
Do we need to
viral
fucking put
sensation.
a poll up again? Who's more famous, Graham Hancock or shit? Then we got Tommy Chong. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to
yeah.
get J-Rock. You know how you always like to go, know what I'm saying? From J-Rock, from Trailer Park
Yeah.
The
Boys.
Trailer Park
Imagine-
Boys?
imagine
Yeah,
getting
dude.
fuck-
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
His
Yeah, yeah.
character is so hilarious to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
Funny. That time when he's hiding under his house pretending he's gone to prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Funny.
Yeah.
Trailer Park
I
Boys.
slept on that show so long, man. And then once I started watching it, I didn't stop, dude, until it was
Yeah.
done. And then
Same,
I found the
same.
movies, the tours, the cartoon. Like, whew.
But anyway,
Yeah, I
this
think it
isn't the
was a
smoke
slow
break,
burn.
John. Gosh, this is your fault,
Oh,
Margaret, I
right.
think. I don't know.
No,
Who we
it
blame it
wasn't
on?
all
Let's blame it on
accident.
Billy. Billy, Billy, you're out of control.
Thank you.
Yeah,
'cause I
man.
Stop
refuse to
talking
take
about random things,
responsibility.
Billy. Fuck. Anyway, I don't know whether to leave that into the grow guides or what, because, you know, it was still a good conversation.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well,
We like to talk about random
back to it
things.
then.
Yeah, back to it then. Let's go. Right, so for the grow guides today, we got 4 different things to be covering. We got some interesting questions in the listener mail as well. Some interesting questions in the listener mail. Let me just say that. Very nice. Thank you everybody for sending in the questions. We'll get to some of these first. Some of the grow guides questions here, where we go into a little bit more detail. And the first one we've got to cover is how do I improve the flavor and aroma of my cannabis? So when you say improve it, you know, just get the best out of it. And we have covered this over a few episodes, but I don't think we've covered this specifically, like just how to get better taste and smell
Mm.
from your cannabis. You know,
Okay.
any of you guys have any techniques that you like to use?
To try and wait
How
as
do I
long as
improve it?
possible before I smoke it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Patience.
Yes.
Patience, yeah, that's a fucking good one. Yeah, what do you say, Margaret?
Keep them alive.
Until
That's like my biggest method.
you got it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. If you can keep it alive, it'll probably
There's
turn
no
out
flavor
decent.
and aroma if they're
No.
dead. So
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few things. Obviously, you need to pick the strains that you want to grow and enjoy the flavor of, because some strains you might not like. I really like those lemon trees, as I said before. You know, so and the CBD cream and cheese. So first off, get something you enjoy the flavor of in the first place, and then you're talking about different ways where you can enhance the flavor. And of course, by now you should know about the whole drying and curing process, because to get the best flavor out of your cannabis, it doesn't matter how the fuck you've grown it. If you dry and cure it wrong, it's going to taste like shit. You know, you could, while the plant's growing, it could smell awesome. It could be absolutely beautiful. This is going to be the best tasting weed you've ever had. But then if you dry it in 2 days and you cure it for a fucking week, and it's just not going to be nice tasting shit.
No.
So get that right first. You know, before you start worrying about anything else, just make sure you get that drying and curing process down, and that will change the quality of your cannabis on its own without doing anything extra. But when it comes to having more flavor and aroma, these things called terpenes, we have covered those in an episode as well. But that's what they're essentially. It's a little bit more complex than this, but we'll keep it easy. That's the flavor and the smell of the cannabis. Different terpenes have different flavors to them and different medical properties as well. So you pick the shit with the right terpenes, then you grow it so you produce as much of those terpenes as possible. So one of the best ways to do this, having the right bacteria in the soil or in the grow medium, apparently helps, because the bacteria lives in the trichomes or something. Jordan River explained this really good on one of his Growcast episodes. So you know, and in one of our interviews as well, because we've spoken about this with him. But adding sulfur into the grow medium as well, just small amounts of sulfur, that can massively increase the amount of terpenes that are produced by the plant as well. So that's just going to pick up even more flavor. But if you can just keep the plant happy and healthy, then it's going to produce a good amount of terpenes. You know, so just getting the growing technique down first would be the best way. But I used to, when I grew soil for a while, when I was growing in organics, used to get some batch shit. Took like the last couple of weeks of the grow, and sprinkle that around, top dress that into the grow medium. And I can't really say, because I never did like scientific study, 1/10 that had it and 1/10 that didn't. So I can't really say that, oh yeah, it really increased the flavor, but that was some tasty weed. But I've grown loads of tasty weed that didn't have bat shit mixed with it as well, you know? So it's not like I have ever used any set method that works well. It's just apparently inducing genetics. Number one, of course, get the good tasting shit. Make sure the shit's dried and cured properly. Make sure you've grown it properly. You know, you haven't overfed that shit. That's important. Make sure it's not full of salt-based nutrients. You know, and yeah, that's the main step there. But then if you can add some kind of bacteria like lactobacillus, can be good into the soil. I think that's the one people prefer to use, and then some sulfur as well, and that will increase the flavor. But the important bit is that drying and curing, you know, and finishing at the right time. So you get the good genetics, you grow it properly, happily, healthily. You cut it down at the right time, you dry and cure it properly. That's going to be the best tasty shit. You know, get that right first, because that's all the easy stuff. Get that done first. And when you start getting that done consistently and everything's really good, then you can try all these different methods like adding bacteria and sulfur if you think that's necessary. You know, to try and increase it from where you've got it. But first, just get the basics down. You know what I mean? That's what I think, anyway. Yeah. I mean, you go in the living soil, don't you, Billy? So is there any way that do you add bat shit or anything like that to your soil in flower time?
Yeah, I had worm shit
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I do add things to it. So
But that's just to keep the plant happy in general, rather than focusing on just flavor.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Mhm.
I've got I top dress as well, just to add to it, and because the living soil, that brings out more flavors to it. So yeah, the living soil sort of creates the extra flavors for it.
Yeah,
So,
it's got loads of bacteria in the soil already, isn't it?
yeah. So as long as you're keeping your soil healthy and topped up, then you're gonna get nice, smelly, tasty weed, or as good as the plant can produce anyway. And how you cure it, and when you smoke it as well.
I
Because
think
sorry, just to say that the curing, I think, needs to be taken longer. You should take at least 6 weeks, really. And also, it says like the humidity. Like I think you should smoke weed at 10 to 20% humidity. It's much better like
you've
that.
mentioned that before as well.
So the 52 to 68 RH is like
Long-term storage.
long-term storage, like pharmaceutical style, sort of like RH. It's like that's for storage. It's not for smoking. It's like there's two different things. Like, so after that, so it's still going to take like a few days once you've cured your weed to then get it to the right consistency to smoke properly and to roll a decent joint out of, and for it to really taste well.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's my
Yeah,
opinion.
man. Yeah. It's good. And people do underestimate just how important that drying and curing process is, and how much of a difference when you've nailed that, when you've nailed the drying and curing, then that's really going to bring out the flavor. You know, but just it's the same checkpoints again. Genetics. Make sure you get the right genetics. You get a flavor you're going to enjoy in the first place. Make sure you grow it properly, happily and healthily, and don't harvest it too early. That's important. Dry it properly. Make sure that before it even goes anywhere near a fucking jar, it's snapping off the branches with an audible snap. No folding and shit like that. You know, it's easy to have it too wet, and that can ruin terpenes. Because if it's too wet and you put it in the jars as you're curing it, then the moisture on the inside of the bud's going to disperse out again. And when those terpenes get wet, that can make a difference to when the terpenes get wet, that's going to kill a shitload of them. So it's not even going to taste that great. So that's something you want to be careful of. Make sure that drying is done. It takes practice, man. It has to be snapping off the branch before it goes into a jar. Then when it goes into a jar, or an airtight container, properly cure it. Like Billy says, 6 weeks. Because for the first week or two, you might get some of that grassy flavor still, that chlorophyll broken down. But as long as you're curing it properly, it's not dried too quickly, then that chlorophyll breaks down. And after 6 weeks, you're looking at very, very delicious cannabis. I'm saying, yeah. So that's what I think anyway about drying and curing, about improving the flavor. You know, drying and curing is the most important factor. Yeah, so do that, and then once you've got that method down, some bacteria, lactobacillus, and some bat shit can allegedly increase the flavor of your buds. But
That's right.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I want to say about that, and then we want to talk about light stress as well. Margaret, you want to talk about light stress and what it looks like and all that shit?
Yeah. So light stress, and how do I avoid it? So too much light intensity can cause bleaching, white tops, leaf curl, and slowed growth. I don't know if I've ever actually seen bleaching myself, but I've definitely seen the other two.
Oh
myself, personally.
it's like legit, like bleaching. The top of the buds turn white.
Yeah.
Weird.
And not from the frost of the trichomes.
Right.
Yeah.
The wrong kind of white. So if the light's too close, you're going to have heat and intensity issues. And if it's too far away, your plant is going to be stretching towards the light, and then they're going to be weak. So each stage needs a different light strength. And what is PPFD? Do we know what PPFD is?
Is something like I was going to say photogenic flux capacitor. I don't know.
Flux capacitor.
I like that.
It's the amount of
photosynthetic
photons it
photon
consumes.
flux
That's the one.
density.
That's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
photon
Well,
flux
flux capacitor was close
yeah.
then.
It was
Yeah.
very
So
close.
It was sciencey. It was
Yes,
sciencey.
very
I said a
sciencey.
sciencey word and it was close.
Right.
I think flux capacitor works in a lot of scenarios.
Yes.
But yeah,
Gotta
so
hit
each
80 though.
stage needs a different PPFD. Seedlings, obviously, you're going to want low light. So that's like around 200 to 300 PPFD. When you're vegetating, you want moderate 400 to 600 PPFD light strength. And when you're in flower, you're going to want it nice and bright, 7 to 1,000 PPFD, depending on which cultivar you're growing. And if possible, use a par meter and follow the light manufacturer's hanging distance guide, and watch your plants, because you'll know pretty quickly if they're happy or not. They'll tell you. Yeah.
There is a little app you can use too on your phone
Is there now?
that I think is pretty close. You just got to use like a piece of paper over top your camera, basically. Yeah.
To do what?
Works pretty
It'll
good.
tell you like the
Check your
intensity of the
PPF.
light?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Instead of going out and spending a shit ton of money on a par meter.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good tip then. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, because you're only going to use it, well, whenever you move the height of the plant. Maybe use it once a week to make sure the level's right. But this kind of shit, this came after I started growing quite a long time ago now. Nobody knew what the fuck PPFD was.
No.
You know what I mean? We just fucking did what is the put you back in the day where we used to have the HPS and it was like, how can you tell if it's too close? Put your hand underneath the light and wait for 20 seconds, and if it's too warm for your plants, raise it. So you
Well, you can't do
figure
that
it out
now.
like that. No. We have
Yeah.
these high strength LEDs as well, and they put out a shitload of PPFD and power and shit, you know, and good spectrum light for it as well. So the plants reach their daily light allowance earlier as well, so they only need a certain amount of light per day to properly photosynthesize. And once they've had enough, they'll kind of go into sleep mode, which I find is interesting. And with these high strength LEDs, damn, that they get their light pretty quick. But the good thing is, with these new models, you can dim that shit 10%, 20%.
Yeah, buddy.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's pretty easy.
Super cool, man.
I love that function so much.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's again. Don't worry about this shit yet, everybody. Don't worry about this PPFD and all that stuff. It's pretty easy. If the light is too close to the plant, it's going to bleach. It's going to start. The top growth is going to go white, and it's going to start losing its color. Going to start shriveling up, like Margaret said. And if it's too far away, then your plants are going to stretch a bit more. You'll be able to tell that easier in seedling than you would in the flowering plant. But general rule of thumb is 18 inches away from the top of the plant is usually plenty. If you got seedlings and using F5 fluorescence and shit like that, then yeah, 5 centimeters is fine because they don't burn hot. But if the light burns hot, just keep it 18 inches away. And like Margaret said as well, check the manufacturer's instruction book there, and it'll say, oh, these lights should be hung this far away from the top of the canopy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy thing to do. Just do it by eye. And then when you've got it down and all your grows are really going well, and you're like, I need something to do because this is getting a bit boring. Start adding shit like PPFD. Get you one of them meters, Yeah.
Agreed.
It's a good question. Yeah. It's a good question, I think. And it's not one which we cover often because it gets all scientific. I don't like doing that.
It's a lot of info.
Science.
Like when I started growing and I started reading all that shit, I was like, what?
And that's it. And you don't want to put people off. You know what I mean? When you get all complex like that, start using all these different acronyms, it can just seem really complex and people are like, oh, nah, this is all getting a bit too much. So it's like I want people to just do the basics, man. Just put the fucking light up and keep it this amount of distance away. But once you get... And then people get involved and realize how easy it is. And then they go to their own level of complexity if they want to. I don't have a par meter. I don't even have a fucking thermometer anymore. I don't care. I mean, if the plant looks happy, fine. If it's having issues, it's going to tell me. You know what I mean? But that comes with experience. So... Yeah, no, I'm just a lot more lax than most people. Keep it simple. That's the best thing to do. You can do it all complex if you want to. Make it a hobby like that if you want to. But, simplicity is the best way to go, especially if you're a newcomer. And, yeah, keep it easy. So, we're going to talk about clones and seeds next.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah. Do you grow much from clone, John? This is for you, anyway. You're talking clones and seeds.
I do both, I guess. Like I almost always am taking clones just so that I can keep something around if I liked it, right? But there's some pros and cons, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. With seeds, you're going to get a strong taproot. It's going to give you a healthier structure. I'm going to say yes to that, but I sometimes disagree with that. More genetic variation, which is a fact. You're going to find different phenos and plants, honestly, in a pack of seeds, right? So you might find something really cool or whatnot. Feminized seeds, you're going to get to reduce the risk of finding males, which I'm pretty sure most people grow that way.
Yeah, I think so. Like 90% of people use feminized seeds.
Yeah, I do love reg seeds though. Like the hunt is real.
Never
like
even
that.
grown one, man. Never even grown a regular.
Yeah.
No? You haven't grown a regular before.
Nope. All feminized.
Huh.
Yeah, I
So
feel bad
crazy.
for it sometimes. Yeah, because, I don't know what regulars are really like, but feminine seeds good. I just don't have space to waste. I'd hate to crack a pack of 10 and then fucking just don't get enough, and then they've got to kill innocent plants. Like, I just don't have room for you. It's not right. It's
They
bad
do
karma,
say
man.
your plants are better from reg seeds.
Yeah, but they say
That's just what people say.
They say
You know what I
photo
mean?
periods are better than autos as well. Some people just say shit things.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Grow science, baby.
Yeah, it's like whatever. How much better is it? How much?
Right.
Enough for me to
right.
make that kind of fucking effort? I don't think so. A 2% difference? Nah. No, I'm not looking at breeding. I'm looking at growing nice things. And there's plenty of good feminized seeds out there. Regulars might be better. Sure. Let's just say that they are. But
There you
I
go.
don't think
Boom.
they are. But let's just say that they are. How much buy? Is it worth making a difference? No. So
No.
fem
Not
seeds for the
to a
win.
normal person.
Team
Yep.
Fem.
There you
Hashtag Fem Seeds. That's right. Sorry, tangent.
It's okay. Clones. So you're gonna get an exact copy of the mother plant. Okay, we'll finish through this. Faster start since they're already rooted.
Maybe.
And this is obviously not counting the root time. Okay, so we're just talking if somebody gives you a started clone already, okay, or you have one, and you can pass on the mother's strengths. Well, of course you can because it's an exact copy. Also, with clones, you can potentially get the same weaknesses too. Seeds are great for new growers and variety. Clones are great for consistency and keeping a winning plant going, which is what I like to do. Right? Like when I find a plant that I'm like, this plant is bomb, I'm for sure I'm gonna have clones of it for a long time. Like it's just gonna stick around.
And the thing which because I've only ever grown from clones once. Otherwise, it's just seeds, just popping seeds, find it easier. And that was when I grew a super silver haze. I had one super silver haze bean from the greenhouse. I was like, yeah, I'm going to pop this. So I did. I popped it and I grew that out to be the mother plant. And I took like 8 cuttings, kept 4 of them, and turned them into normal plants, And it's just, it's the exact genetic copy of the mother plant is perfect. When you're growing from seed, and you all know this, I'm just telling the audience, when you're growing from seed, each plant is going to be a little bit different from each other. It's going to be a little bit taller, smaller, fatter, thinner, stretchier. So one's going to be frostier than the other. It's all going to be a little bit different because just got these slight differences in their genetics. There can be bigger differences if the genetics ain't stabilized, but even stable genetics will have minor differences. When you go from cutting, it's the exact same as the mother plant. So I dream of the day in the UK here when I can go to a coffee shop, buy cannabis and enjoy, let's say, a Blue Dream. I'm like, oh, this Blue Dream is delicious. Can I have a cut of this, please? And they give me a cutting of the exact fucking weed that I've just enjoyed so I can go home and grow some of that exact weed I have.
Right.
That would be awesome. One day we can dream.
So that part on the clones is like, we didn't really cover cons much. With seeds, not too many cons unless you're talking about finding males. Clones, I find it, beware where you get them from. Is all I'm going to say, because, not only, bugs is the main one. I will never take clone from somebody I don't know on a plant I haven't seen before in my life because it is terrible. But I mean, you can get diseases brought in too. Like, so that's the con from clones. But if you're doing it at your house and you're taking your own clones, no big deal. You already know what you're working with.
You should do it definitely. Even for practice, just take some clones. Yeah. Because this one time you're going to come across a strain, and anybody who's been growing for a while has probably come across it, where you killed the plants and dried it, and then after you've sampled the weed after it's been dried and cured, you're like, this stuff's fucking incredible, but it's gone now. I mean, you can't find that again. You didn't take a cut of it. But if you take a cut of it and just keep it for like 4 weeks while the drying and curing's going on, then you have a potential of getting that back.
2, 3, 4 months. 3 months, probably. You're keeping that.
Yeah, re-veg it, Just if you want.
See, I've only ever done that one time. Took a clone and had to re-veg it. And that, scared.
They grow funny, don't
they?
They
Look weird. Yeah. It takes a minute for them to come out of that.
But yeah, that was a good grow. I remember that grow because it's the only time I've done it when I grew from the clones. Because then I had the big mom, the super silver haze, super lemon haze, I think it was. Yeah, super lemon haze. And because the mom was huge, and I didn't want to get rid of it, obviously, and I wasn't going to take any more cuts with it. I wanted to move on to something else. So I just flowered that mom in a scrog, and it was a beast. That was fucking great. Yeah, massive.
Yeah, man.
Good times. Yeah, clones are fun, but there's also the benefit of seeds there with well, I don't know whether it can be considered a benefit. With this, seeds have to be grown for 4 to 5 weeks before it can be flowered, even if you're growing it on 12-12. It needs to reach a stage of maturity, which is about 4, 5, 6, depending on the strain, a few weeks through before it will even flower. But with clones, you can get a clone and put it straight on 12-12 and it'll start to flower. It's already past that maturity stage.
Yeah.
You know? So if you want to grow a sea of green, you've got some 32 plants in a 4x4, and you want to just put them straight on 12-12, it's not good to do that from seed, because they're still going to get 4 or 5 weeks of growth in before it begins to flower, so they're going to be pretty big. But if you've got small cuttings, then you could probably do 32 like that. Get ½ ounce off each or something. You know, just a shitload of small plants. If it was cuttings, straight to 12-12. So that's something to bear in mind as well. But clones are good for consistency. The seeds are good for variety. Nice. Anything else, Dan? Billy, you take cuttings. Do you do this, Billy?
Not really. Now and again I do, but I like having a variety. So, as you say, seeds are variety, aren't they? So,
yeah.
Clones can get a bit boring, but I probably will take a few clones of some plants now and again throughout the year, but no.
Yeah, just because it's free, might as well.
Yeah,
It
basically.
doesn't cost
yeah.
anything, does it? You know, when you do a big
just when-
defoliation session.
Yeah, basically,
Stick
just
one in
when I'm
water.
defoliating, I don't take clones specifically, but when I'm defoliating, I think I'll keep some of these ones and then grow a
Just
couple
in
out.
case.
Yes.
All right.
So next up, we're going to talk about how to deal with the smell during flowering, which can be an issue for some people and a concern for, you know, somebody who's just learning how to grow and they don't know how to deal with the smell. Then, you know, it's one of the main concerns for them. It's like, how the fuck do I even stop this stuff from stinking out my whole house? Yeah. So what are you saying, Billy? You want to cover this one?
Yeah, so when you're in an illegal country, obviously the smell can be quite an issue. So obviously you need to cover it, don't you? So, and obviously cannabis in flowering can be pungent and smell like crazy. And obviously you want to keep it stealthy. Carbon filter is probably the best method and the most commonly used. Obviously you need to attach to your extraction fan to get the best use out of it. The bigger the better, obviously. And the higher quality as well, obviously. So, but it depends on how big your tent is as well. So, like the small tent's 4-inch, but I think 6-inch is probably the best way to go, no matter what, because they last longer as well, and they pull out more air. So it's just something worth. I think it's something worth investing in. If you know what I mean, if you can get the 6-inch. So they say keep negative pressure on your tent, so it's like sucking it out. But as long as it gets rid of most of the smell, like it's like 1 or 2 pinprick holes ain't really gonna make no difference. So as long as it's like your tent's running normally, then you should be okay with a good system. You've got to keep the ozone generators. I ain't really a fan of them, to be honest. And air purifiers are okay, but they're just an added aid. They ain't something you need to rely on. So they just help, and they're expensive as well if you get really big ones. So it's sort of like an expense you don't really need as such. So also you don't want to cover the smells either by spraying stupid chemicals like air fresheners and all that shit, because like you're just gonna fuck up your buds. Then basically you're gonna get all filth on your bud.
Yeah, heavy metals, and it might change the taste of it and shit.
Yeah,
loads of nasty stuff, man.
You need nice like intake of clean air basically, and obviously if your carbon filter is really old and overused, then that's gonna then. So the trick is just to sort of like when you come in, can you smell your grow? If you can really smell your grow, then obviously everyone else is going to smell it even more.
I think the important thing is when you go out shopping and you come back to your house, can you smell weed?
Can you smell it? Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can, then you need to deal with it.
Absolutely.
Because everyone else can really smell it. So yeah, but if you can smell it just faintly as you're in the tent, then I wouldn't worry too much. You're gonna smell it as you walk past plants and stuff. So it's more as can you smell it as you're walking in the room? Can you smell it with the door closed outside the room? Things like that.
You know what I found, and I wonder if you guys get. I'm sure you would have got this as well. It is the smelliest time, and we know flowering is a smelly time, but you know when lights go from on to off.
Yeah,
just this crazy smell of grass.
Like they release the
the chlorophyll.
Yeah,
that's like the only time I could ever really smell my grow in my house, like while the grow's going on, is when that happened. Lights go off, smell of grass, and and then nothing. You know, it only lasts for like 5 minutes or something. It's like they suddenly release a shitload or something. Crazy. Anybody else
Yeah,
notice
so-
that?
It's wonderful, is what it is.
Yeah, it's a great smell. It's a beautiful thing. But you know, if my neighbour smells it, he's a cunt. So you know,
Fuck that guy.
yeah. What can you do?
Tell them fuck off. That's what you
But
can
yeah,
do.
and covering the smell is just important. Even if you're in legal places, I mean, it depends on how legal. Because some people ain't gonna go through the effort of kicking your door in and taking your grow, are you? But it's still, you want to keep it secluded,
Right.
make sure that nobody knows about it. Because people steal things, man. You don't want that to happen, do you? So you should still kind of follow the rules. If people don't need to know about it, then don't tell them about it. They don't need to know. Don't tell people your business. Most of them don't care. The other ones are gonna hate on you for it. So yeah, don't tell people, and keep the smell covered. It's hard to do outdoors. I mean, what do you do, Margaret? Because you got that plant outdoors, right?
Yeah, but my neighbors aren't that close.
Yeah. Do you smell it? Do you smell the plant as you walk by or anything? How pungent is it?
Yeah, I have been lately.
It's that time of year, Margaret.
Yeah, I have been smelling it, but I don't know. What can I do?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do outdoors, man. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
you can like have other
inevitable.
flowers that are smelly as well, but you're not going to cover it, are you?
you would, man, you'd have to have like bushes and all
Mhm.
kinds of shit, man. Like it
Mhm.
wouldn't even be worth it, in my opinion, to try and cover it
Here's
outside.
a question though. How far does the smell travel?
Ooh.
Asking
Yeah,
for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
I suppose it depends on how strong the wind is. It's going to travel for quite a distance. I mean, even 20 meters is enough. For it
I
to
mean,
get
I feel
to
like that's
someone
gonna
you don't
it's gonna
smell it.
diffuse after that. You know what I mean? Just disperse.
Depends how sensitive your nose is, doesn't it? I mean,
Right.
you can drive past
2
buildings
acres away.
and smell the
need
fucking
numbers.
weed. You know, growing
Mhm.
inside the building if it isn't properly looked after. Because I drive past a certain place, and as I'm driving past, which I'm on the fucking road driving past, and like, that's weed. That's not somebody smoking weed. You know, because you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
If it's
Right.
weed in somebody's pocket, somebody smoking it, and somebody growing it, there's all different smells,
Mhm.
and you know which one the smell of growing is. You know, there's that different
yeah.
level of pungency to it. And yeah, there's places
beautiful.
I drive past where it just, smells of growing weed, not smoking weed, not just weed sitting in a fucking bag somewhere. Somebody's growing weed here. Great smell. I love
I
it.
vent outside, so every time I come home, I can smell my
Yeah,
my
but you're in a
flower
legal place, you know.
bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just one of the important things, man. And as Billy said there, he said that negative pressure thing, which is important. You know, you don't want any air escaping out of the tent, so it has to be all pulled in through the bottom and pulled out through the top through a carbon filter. You don't want anything escaping, and the tent will suck itself in a little bit. You know,
Mhm.
and then that's how you can tell you got negative pressure. Yeah, and that stops
Yep.
smell escaping out into your house and stinking the place out. Then, right?
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. It's yeah.
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 And I think we do have an episode on this as well, covering the smell. You know, maybe, I don't know.
I think we talked about it on the
Mhm.
one.
We've discussed it at some point. It's very important, man. It's very important to do.
Yeah, I do live next door to a school, so I wonder.
Eh.
But like you can't see the school. There's like all the trees in the way, and then
Oh yeah,
it's
you're fine. then.
actually at the back of the schoolyard. So there's a whole yard, and then it's the school. So I
So
don't think
the-
it's that bad.
Where all the cool kids hang out at the back of the schoolyard.
It's an elementary school, which makes it even better.
Oh boy.
Better or worse? Fuck.
Well, I mean, I don't think any of the kids are gonna rip me off, but
You never know
Yeah.
nowadays,
Oh my
Margaret.
God.
honestly,
That's right.
I'm not that worried about it because you'd have to come up a pretty long laneway, and I would see you coming.
And
For a
and
while.
it's legal. There's easier ways to get hold of it.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, there's no point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. Stay safe out there, everybody. Make sure you control that smell.
Yeah.
But for now, should we move on to listener mail? We've got a few of these to get to.
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Let's go.
Let's go. So Phil Me Balls has sent in a
Phil.
question. Phil, what's up, Phil? He asks, and this is an interesting question, right? While taking my special weekend party cocktail, I came up with this. Thanks, Phil. If you smoked cannabis a few times a week for some reason, you ended up with amnesia and forgot everything. Would your body still have a tolerance to cannabis? I say yes. Margaret, what do you think?
If I forgot because I had amnesia, I don't
Yeah.
know. You might not.
No, hypothetically, isn't it?
I know. Well, obviously, hypothetically, I don't think people get random cases of amnesia too much. Thank God. But
How much are you smoking,
No.
Phil? Is this a
The
regular
real-
thing for you?
The real question is, how long did you have? Like, are we talking like you just all of a sudden had amnesia, or like after a couple weeks of being in that state?
right.
You know what I mean? Like, how
No.
would you even know then? If you forgot that you smoked weed, like, you wouldn't know if you had a tolerance or not, honestly.
Yeah, very true. You know, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it was the least of your worries, you know?
If you
Right.
forgot you
Right.
smoked weed, then you wouldn't smoke weed to know if you had a tolerance.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So you
even if
probably
you
wouldn't
did
have
smoke
one.
weed right after, how would you know if you had a tolerance or not? Because you don't know.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't know what it was
Exactly.
before. And another thing, if you fucking suddenly woke up and for some reason you had amnesia, I don't think the first thing you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna smoke some weed. You know, I'm freaking
might
out.
be,
I'm gonna
though.
smoke some weed. I don't
It's
think
like
that's
those
gonna
people
happen.
that wake up speaking Chinese that never spoke Chinese in their life. You know what I'm saying?
That
Yeah, but
doesn't really
if I
happen.
woke up, I'm sure it'd be my body's natural response to start smoking weed.
Mm,
If you know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
It'd be like
maybe.
it's like muscle memory.
Okay.
yeah, I just
Why do I
feel
keep-
compelled to smoke.
Yeah, why do I
this.
keep making this
Yeah.
movement with my fingers? It's like
Yeah.
I'm rolling something. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think the tolerance would. Well, you know, it depends how long you didn't smoke because your tolerance wears down pretty quick. But I think you'd still be pretty tolerant to the cannabis because you know the endocannabinoid system doesn't forget, does it? I wouldn't think so.
No,
And that's
exactly,
essentially
yeah.
what's happening. It's the way the receptors work, isn't it? I don't think it'll make too much of a difference to the tolerance.
I like that. The ECS never forgets.
Okay,
Sounds so
Stick on a
ominous.
t-shirt, John. Stick on a t-shirt.
hold on. I got to write this down.
That's right.
Hold on. The ECS never forgets.
You're welcome. I'll just take royalties.
I
for
like
hearing
it.
to perpetuity.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll take a cut on that just because I was sitting here.
Right?
So what do you think,
Yeah.
Billy? You think
Oh,
the same?
did you- Never mind. Go on.
Yeah, no, I think your endocannabinoid system would remember. Your body would remember, but your mind wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Phil. Anything to add to this one, John? Did you say something?
No,
You were
no,
about
no,
to say
no.
something, and then Billy spoke. What
Well,
was that?
it pertained to like a shirt and hat made.
Oh, a
For
hat?
What?
Old
What?
Smee. Yeah, Smee had me design up a hat and a shirt, and it's like the chemical compound structure for THC. We put that on a hat and a shirt.
Nice. Yeah, good
Oh,
plan.
cool.
Because
Yeah.
you know, only
Yeah.
people who know what that is know what it is.
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
People,
Yep.
otherwise, people who just think that you're into science.
Right. Oh, we wouldn't want them to know that. I mean,
I don't know. Not nowadays. Fucking science is controversial, bro.
right.
They,
right,
might,
so we got.
they might think you're a meth head, though.
Oh, maybe.
That's
There's a
true.
chance.
Mm,
Yeah.
Walter White.
yeah, into Breaking Bad or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's two
Very
different
good.
things, though. That's consuming meth versus the business of meth.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Mhm.
One gives you better teeth than the other.
That's
True.
right. Allegedly.
Yep. Allegedly.
I don't know if there's anything alleged about that. That's fact. That's fact.
Yeah.
It's just a
Oh.
good idea to throw that word out at random times sometimes, just to cover your ass, just in case.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly, that's right.
Mm.
So we got one from Freenox. Let's do this one. Hello, you lovely badasses.
Woo.
Right, thanks, Freenox. And he sent a question in last week. He said, got a question for you. Where some of us are getting close to harvest, and I know we have episodes on harvesting, drying, and curing process, but are there any tips you would recommend when it comes to curing jars, or some tips on slowing up the drying process to preserve terps and cannabinoids? And yes, Macky, I was totally high last time when I wrote that question, as well as this one. So, of course, that's how we prefer it. Thank you, Freenox. Not just for the question, but for
you.
doing it
Thank
high as
you.
well. We appreciate that. Yeah, so some tips there for the whole drying and curing process, and what when it comes to the jars, how you slowing down the drying process, that kind of thing. You got any tips, John, when it comes to that whole process that you could offer Free Nugs here?
I mean, during the drying process, you just want to keep the temp low, keep the RH at around 60. Try to keep it as consistent as possible, and stretch it out as long as you can before you jar it.
Yeah.
And then in jars, just make sure once it's dry, put them in the jars, and then just make sure you're doing your burping until the first week and a half, I suppose, too.
Mm-hmm.
I use grow bags, so not big on jars anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a good option, though. What
We'll
do you do,
forgive
Margaret? You got any suggestions here?
Not well. I mean, I do use jars. So I mean, aside from maintaining consistent temperature, remembering to burp them occasionally and maybe keep them out of direct sunlight.
Oh yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep them in the dark. Don't fill jars anymore that when it's 2/3 full. No more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't fill it all the way to the top.
I think more 3/4 than 2/3.
And then he asks, could you go over burping? Could you burp too much?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
Not really, no.
No.
I don't know on that one, I guess.
No, I don't think you can.
We've explained it before. You know this, Free Nugs. We've explained this before. But, you can get these little humidity things from Amazon for a few quid. I don't know. I've never bought them myself. Or a site like Amazon. You don't necessarily have to use that one. But they're just like...
hardware store.
You like old watches. The old school shitty fucking watches you'd be able to buy for $5, just a little round thing with numbers on it. You get that, but it's a humidity detector. Instead, you drop those in your jars, and then you can see from the outside what the humidity inside the jar is, right? So after the weed's dried, and I said it loads of times, make sure it's snapping off the branches before you put it in the jars. Don't do it too soon. But when you get to that stage and you put it in the jar, snap it off the branch, put it in the jar, you seal it up, and you want the humidity to be between 58% and 62% for long-term storage, right? And if you got one of them little things in there, it's going to tell you. So if it's below 58, keep the lid closed, because you want the moisture to stay in there and try and work around the buds to help break up that chlorophyll and shit. So you want to make sure that moisture is added, or when you close the lid, the moisture inside the buds will disperse into the air and increase the humidity anyway. So give it time. But if it's above 62, that's when you want to burp the jar. Burp the jar, let some of the air out, and then close it again. Just give it 10, 15 minutes. You might only need a couple of minutes depending on how far through the burping stage you're at. But if it's the day after you put them in jars, when you open it up that next time, give it 10, 15 minutes of let all the air out, But as time goes on, you can reduce the amount of time the lid is actually open. Sometimes you need to just open it, take a nice sniff, and seal it up again. It's good. Just let that old air out, let the new shit in. And if you got them humidity sensors inside the jar, it's easy to tell if it goes over. Otherwise, just do it by experience. And when the last time you checked it and you opened it after 10 hours, was it wet or was it dry? By the wetness of it, you'll be able to tell how long you need to leave the lid open for. It just takes a while. It takes quite a while, but don't rush it. Takes
couple
time.
times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Humidity packs too. You can get those and throw in there.
Yeah. Then go listen to Pink Pony Club. Thanks, Viking. Fuck.
That's a very catchy song.
I know,
That
right?
is the next button going on the system here.
Comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
Pink Pony Club. John shared this video up in the group chat the other day, and it was just some kid standing in a fucking hot dog place, dressed as a hot dog, singing a song. I'm like, what the fuck is John sending me? What is this? And he's sung a whole verse of this shit. And then all of a sudden he starts singing a parody of Pink Pony Club about the fucking hot dog place he's at. And just the hook, just the melody. 2 fucking days now, that Pink Pony Club going round in my fucking head. Pink Pony Club. And I feel like, because when you got a song stuck in your head, they say you need to go and listen to that song, because it's as if your brain is telling you this is an incomplete task. So if you listen to the song start to finish, then you get the hook out of your head. It's never worked for me. But, you know, I don't want to be driving down the road and I've got the windows open, chilling, and a ping, pony, club, and a road rage incident. There's like this tune coming out of my car. No. No.
Listen, that kind of shit makes me super happy.
Yeah, it's a good song,
When
man.
that
It
shit
needs to
pops
be in the
into my-
Guilty Pleasures, Fred, so I can listen to it without feeling bad. But yeah, great,
Oh.
great song. Let's move on to
Oh.
the next question
Yeah.
over here. We have from
Oh.
DC Smee, HOHG ALQ. I don't know what that is. ALQ? I don't know. I think he must have been high when he wrote this. Hi, panel. Hope you are well and hi today. I have 2 questions for you today and feel free to answer none of them. Thanks for giving us the illusion of choice there, Smee. Number
Thank
1, can using a night vision camera in your tent mess with light cycles? I saw someone post a pic of their plants on a night, which got me thinking. Personally, I only look at my plants when lights are on, and then only if I get a notification something is off in my tent and I'm at home. So yeah, night vision cameras. Anybody use one of those?
I do not own any, no.
No.
No, no.
No.
I
No.
have had like, you know, put a little camera in there, and and it's, I don't know, whatever it does. It's not like really night vision, but whatever. And it has like a red light on there.
Like infrared.
I've just covered that up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
A little red light.
That's the thing,
shows
and
it's on.
that's the important thing which we should say to Smee here, is the camera itself, it's picking up light, it's not emitting light, so that's not going to have any problems for your plant. But if it has a light on it or some kind of LCD display like they have, you'd be surprised how much of a difference that light can make to the plants. You know, and it, depending on how strong the genetics are, could hermy them, can re-veg them. You know, it depends on how strong the light is. So take that into consideration. There should be no lights, you know. You shouldn't be seeing any lights inside the tent at night time. I just don't think it's necessary. The lights are not even off that much. You know what I mean? So for 6 hours a day and then 12, there's time for you to go see it. But I don't know, man. I've just always been lucky enough to be around to see the plants. But if you're not going to be there for days, maybe you do want to set yourself up a camera. I don't know. What difference would it make if you're not going to be there anyway? Best time
maybe
to
it's
look at it
putting
is when
together
you're
like a time lapse or something.
But you do that in the daytime. You wouldn't do that at nighttime.
Well, you never know.
True,
Yeah.
you never know.
It's cool. I think it would be cool to have that kind of shit in the tent. I just don't think it's necessary. There's other ways to work around it. But if you do add it, it's not going to have any effect on your plants as long as you're covering up any lights that are on the actual camera. You know, just some tape over any LCD screens or LED lights and shit like that. Make sure it's emitting no light at all. And then you'll be fine, mate. Yeah, put the fucking thing up. Be fine. Take pictures. Show us your nighttime time lapse.
Or whatever.
I don't know. Or whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you're thinking about there, Smee. Gosh. Yeah, I think that's it for that question. We've got question 2 here. Do plants grown from seed produce stronger plants that yield more than plants from cuttings? Billy, you want to answer this one?
No,
any
not
ideas?
really, because he gave us the options to ask right answer. So no.
That's very true.
Very
We're
good.
leaving
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
We're leaving this one,
Sorry,
Smee.
mate. You fuck off, mate. Like, we've been here too long now.
That's right. That's right. Unlucky, Smee. Find out for yourself.
Yeah, Google
Bye.
it. Chat
I'm in.
GPT in it. That's what everyone fucking does now. Cunts. I don't think so.
No,
But
I don't think so.
I think
I don't think
cuttings
so
can
either.
be a bit weird because they can grow like in odd shapes sometimes. So they could just be a bit odd shaped. So
I
yeah.
suppose it just kind of depends on how you're looking to grow the plant. You know what I mean? Like what Billy's saying, like the shape of it is going to be different. I don't think it produces a stronger plant.
No, I mean, there's some, I don't know whether it's bro science and shit, but each generation of cutting after it's come from the seed at the end can slowly diminish its genetics and not be so strong. But when I spoke to Milo Young, Big Butter, back in the day, because he said he had the original blue cheese mom that he made seeds from and shit. I'm like, didn't it like get old and start to die? And he says if you put it outside and it gets some UV and gets some actual sunlight, then it can reinvigorate it somehow. You know, but that's a maybe. I don't know. I think you just
Power
the
of the
genetics
sun,
are
baby.
fresher from seed, and you don't be, I don't know, using cuttings that are 10, 20 years old. I don't know how much healthier they would be than seed. I'd say there'd be some genetic loss because you know that happens with everything. That's just the way DNA works. Interesting.
Mhm.
Seeds for the win, though. I think.
Yeah.
Seeds are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, Billy. You got a note from
Yeah.
Dave. You heard from Dave.
Yeah, Dave sent me a note. He's saying like he was looking online for stuff and he's looking in the courts and all of that, and he tried to because he's having arguments with his missus, like, and he's like, hang on a minute, and he found something and he didn't read the small print and he got quite pissed off because she's not going to talk to him for a year now, and he got confused on what the gagging order actually meant. So like. Poor fella. And then also, he also, as a matter of fact, he walked past a hookah bar and he said, like, he was disappointed that wasn't what it said on the tin either. So, like, he's been having a poor week, his poor
Oh,
Dave.
damn. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
Dave.
Sorry, Dave. Yeah. So, yeah.
Chin up, Dave. I hope you have a
Oh,
better week
yeah.
this week, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
buddy.
hope so too, mate. Not having
Mhm.
good. Imagine that, going into a hookah bar and everyone's smoking and it's like, it's a bit,
So,
bit
yeah.
disappointed.
This isn't what it said on the tin.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said you should learn to read things properly.
Sorry.
Indeed. Indeed. Spout different.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Mhm.
Nice. So thanks,
Carry the
Dave.
one.
Hope you have a better time this week. Keep us informed. But we also have one from Lobby Lobster, and these are kind of few, Billy, because you know you're the only guy in contact with Anne and
Oh, yeah.
Lesby. Lobby Lobster is wondering, hi on Homegrown Q, question for Billy. Can DC Smee get Anne Lesby's number? Yeah, I see a potential for a blossoming romance here. I get that kind of vibe as well. I think they'd get on
Yeah.
really well.
Problem is, like, she won't give me a number because she's worried about me sending all them sock pictures to her. So
Ah,
Yes.
I can ask her
understandable.
though. I can ask her, and then she might write to him, and then slip in her own number to him in her own DM.
just
So yeah,
pass on their snap.
Up-
Is what they call it nowadays, isn't it? Give
is
them
it
a
snap?
Yeah. Send the
Okay,
snap over.
I'll
Okay.
send
You
a
gotta be
snap
of a certain
over.
age to be doing Snapchat. Otherwise,
That's right.
it's just weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you've
So
got to be
that hold on,
55
hold
or
on,
something.
Ontario.
hold on. The way John just said, I mean, you got
What?
Snap, John?
Everybody's got Snap. You know
No,
what
they
I use them
haven't,
for?
John.
The
I
stupid
don't,
filters to make
because I'm
stupid
over
faces.
fucking 40. So no, I don't have Snap.
You can do filters on like every other app now.
Now, but they didn't.
Yeah, but
And that was
still.
the main reason I did it. You should see some of the ones I got about high C orange soda at McDonald's.
They're
Okay.
probably all on TikTok as well.
Well, now they probably are.
Come on, we need to see it, John. You need to put these up on your fucking Insta. We need to see some of these snaps of John with these
Pretty
filters,
sure there's
don't we?
somewhere on Facebook. I'm just gonna throw that out. Oh, also making like chicken dumpling soup. Like it was beautiful.
Jesus. We learned a lot about John in this episode. The fact that he
We
wears
sure
sandals
did.
with socks and he likes to take pictures of himself with filters on Snapchat.
That's right.
Thanks,
I
John.
never used the damn thing.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
getting.
that's
I'm,
because
yeah.
you wouldn't know anybody who's on it because
That's right.
nobody over a certain age uses it.
That's right.
Defense, fire top.
Yeah, I'm not on
Tons of
Snap.
issues.
I don't- my wife is because we got kids and they're on Snap, so she's on Snap. She talks to them, and on Snap you can leave like your location on and shit. She can see where the kids
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's
yeah, it's
here,
good
that guy's there.
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good safety tool. That.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Remember back in our day, my mom would have said, "Oh, he's fucking setting fire to something again, the little shit."
Right.
True story. True story. God damn. But yeah,
Holy.
so hopefully we'll have a marriage out of this. We got DC
Yeah,
Smith
maybe,
and Anne
yeah.
Lesby
Yeah.
there.
You know-
Smith and Anne Lesby.
Mhm.
You think there's a
Maybe they could do
potential
snail
romance there.
mail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, that
snail
would be
mail.
nice,
I mean-
romantic.
Am I missing
oh,
something? Look, I'm missing
Writing
something.
the letter. instead of a phone call. Maybe you write a letter to
That's right.
Are you gonna have a pen pal?
Yeah,
Yes.
pen pal.
Oh,
That'd be
DC
good.
Smee, let me count the ways.
right? I have a buddy in Canada, man, where every time just randomly he works on a pipeline, he's gone for like weeks at a time. And randomly he used to just send me a message through Messenger that would be like a letter of how something was stupid or dumb. And it'd always be like, oh, Mr. Carlson, blah, 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 blah.
We're
And he would
learning
just
more
turn it
about
into
John.
Listen, everybody calm down. Do you remember having pen pals when you were in like school?
I do. I was gonna say in grade 6. I
Yeah.
definitely had one in grade 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Had
like
a pen
big
pal
thing.
in Quebec.
I mean, that's okay. That's not that far.
Yeah, when you're 12 though, it's pretty
I mean,
far.
yeah, true, true.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about people at the jail. Okay, everybody, relax.
Oh, a prison pen pal. Okay, that's
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 right.
a bit different.
I mean, maybe I'm just that old. I mean, kids can't even write anymore. I don't think. Definitely can't write. in cursive.
We're uncertain
Did-
about that fact. We're not sure.
Does the prison pen pal keep the letter in the prison pocket then?
I would
For
say
chance.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Per
I suppose,
chance.
wouldn't you?
That is
Yeah.
twice you have used this word this episode.
I love that word, Margaret.
It is. It's a solid word. I approve.
so. Margaret's on it
Yes.
today. She's catching all these words. She was on about whilst earlier.
Well, because you
Yeah,
used it, and it
whilst.
was in that article like 4 times. I'm like, who's using whilst?
I do like whilst,
I mean, I do too. Maybe
It's
I'll
a
have to use it
normal
more,
word.
but
Is it
it's
not?
awesome when you find those, Margaret, and then you just work them into your random day-to-day like speaking.
That's right. And then you don't sound
That
like
is
a Canadian, huh?
I would love to hear what you think a Canadian
Shot
sounds
fired.
like, eh?
Margaret,
Okay.
we can tell. I get it all the time, to be honest with you. In fact, I say "a" more than any of the people I know in
Well,
Canada.
Because it's like a good word.
It is a good word, eh?
It is,
Man,
eh?
you guys ain't got shit. People think I'm Australian 50% of the time, you know?
Well, there you go.
I
There you
mean,
go.
what can you do?
That's only
What can you
because you're
do?
thick.
Oh, boo, Billy. Boo. Thick. With an F, was that, Billy?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
Was
thick
that
with
with
an
an F,
F.
was it?
Yeah, thick
Fucking
with an F.
commoner. You know?
Oh,
I'm
Good-
going to
good
answer
times,
Free
good
Nug's
times.
question as well. That yes, they pretty much all do speak French in Quebec.
yes.
In Quebec,
Okay.
and French is Canada's second official language.
Yeah.
Good show.
For
Random
certain
tangents
parts.
at the end there. Gosh. We do go places
Oh.
sometimes, but let us know what happens there. It's me, you and Anne
I think we might have missed
Lesbia.
a
Fingers
question.
crossed.
Yeah, again, I really think I'm missing something with this whole romance thing you guys keep talking about.
And
Okay,
yeah,
well,
I don't know. It's
Lobby
Lobby's
Lobster.
suggestion.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we don't know any more than you do, Margaret, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Has anybody talked to Anne Lesby?
Billy's only got
Were
contacts
you
for Anne
on
Lesbia.
mute? Are you
Who?
not listening? You, Margaret.
No, I've not been on mute.
She's on a phone call at the end of the show, Mackie. Not even paying attention.
That is not true. I just
Allegedly.
maybe it's just maybe I'm just confused because I just assumed Anne's sexuality. Okay, there I said
Oh,
it.
oh, that's a terrible
No,
thing, Mark.
that's
That's
terrible
extremely
to say, that
phobic.
is.
That's not
Yeah.
inclusive language. It's terrible. We're
Well,
gonna get
that's very
flags now.
inclusive.
Are we just assuming somebody's sexuality, Margaret, just
I
because they have a particular sounding name?
Holy.
Oh my
Well,
goodness!
Isn't it?
Just-
Well, Anne Lesby sounds
This
like
is-
she was lesbian.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah.
you think that, Margaret? Why?
Why do
I
you
don't
think?
know because you guys have been bringing up Anne Lesby for like 4 episodes in a row, and they all have the same vibe. I mean, it's hard.
What
to
vibe
miss.
is that, Mark? What vibe is that, Margaret? It's
Oh,
an
you know.
extremely
You
phobic
know.
episode.
I'm not sure, but I feel like this is the Rick roll usage right here. Just throw a Rick roll out there at you.
Oh,
Holy.
that's so funny.
Oh.
Have you got something wrong with the Scissor Sisters or something?
No, not at all.
Oh,
Not at all.
Mhm, mhm.
I get it.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
'Cause that-
yeah.
us,
Yeah.
us men like
that-
Scissor
I
Sisters.
think that's a great way to end it there. that's
Before it goes even more off the rails.
but last week, before the show started, and John was showing us this new soundboard. He says to him, "You got a hair horn?" And he goes, "Rrr." That's fucking shitty air horn
This
one.
one?
And Yeah, that's it. It was like, no, that's definitely not the one, John. I thought that was funny, so I clipped that out and I put it at the end of the news last week. So just like at the end of the episode, when it's finished, just randomly, Margaret goes, "You got air horn?" And then he just gives that shitty air horn. So it's funny.
Yeah, that's not an air horn. That one.
Yeah.
A little
no.
Easter egg.
He's like,
That's all
no,
right.
no, that's not what we meant, John.
Yeah, no, we meant this one.
Oh,
Get after it.
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even hear anything.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did
not.
nothing, mate.
That
No,
was
no.
so disappointing.
What?
This is the one you're after. Silence.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe it's the settings is no bueno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
it's a
know. It
bit
was
crap.
working earlier.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Heard all
again.
the other sound effects.
Yeah, that's
You got-
dreadful
heard that time.
professionalism.
Yeah, terrible. Look, you even got the fucking
Innit?
the chatter complaining now. You got
You
Smigglers.
didn't
look.
hear that?
Oh, look.
Oh,
No.
fucking hell,
Well,
John.
They were taking the piss
God
out of you in
damn
chat
it.
now, they are.
Yeah.
Now,
you just
man.
went
Well,
down to
sorry for that, everybody.
professionalism.
We should
It
end
worked
this
last
before.
time.
We should end this before it gets even worse. Thanks, John. Let's go to the outro.
Holy shit.
Press some buttons quick.
The outro is playing. The outro is playing.
Oh my god. What's my horn not working?
Good show. Good show. You should speak to your
Why's
doctor
your-
about that, John.
Why is your horn
I'm
not
mad.
work? Yeah, exactly. So I was just gonna say. Take some
Oh,
there it is.
pills.
I heard it a
Oh,
little bit
there
there.
it
It was
was.
kinda
I heard a little
half-assed.
bit. It was only half-assed. Yeah, that's
I
it.
turned off. It's got to be Zoom because I have my noise gate and my noise background noise off on this app. So it's weird that didn't come through. Just like the cricket thing. You know what I mean? Smoke detector.
Cricket. Yeah.
I've never heard crickets either, so I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
it's a smoke detector. I call it a cricket.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
no.
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 It's got to be something with some. It's got to be the noise reduction in Zoom.
Conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
Son of a bitch.
We're just fucking with you. We can all hear it. Right, everyone?
Yeah, that's
No.
right. We can hear
No,
it really,
I don't
John.
believe none of you fools now. It's all ruined. Son of a bitch. This is why we need a sound guy.
Oh wow.
Uh,
One day.
yeah.
DC, it's me. Grower, not a shower, eh, John?
Right, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Great show, everybody. Good fun.
Good
Lots of
show.
banter.
Good show.
Good questions.
Yep,
Good
yep.
news.
Margaret,
man.
I'm going to
Good
need
times.
a new picture out of you next week of the same situation.
I'll do
'Cause
my
that's
best.
awesome. Fucking epic.
Yeah, it's a great one. Well done there, Margaret. That's a good one. That's
thank you.
Chit, in case
Just
everybody
this
doesn't
stupid
know.
fucking look on his face, bro. How can you not love that face?
Damn.
I know. It's so welcoming. Look at it. Just look at it.
It's fine. So,
Would you look
stay
at
high.
it? Would you look at it? Just look at it.
Gosh.
All
More
I gotta
film
eat-
It's a bit
references.
check your hard drive,
Yeah.
though, I reckon.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Shit? Yeah. Would say so. Definitely love on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, man. Okay.
Yes. Margaret is killing it with the backgrounds lately. Nice.
Well, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
Congratulations. But that's it for this week, then, everybody. We will wave. We will let you enjoy the rest of the evening. And thanks as always for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all of that. Find us on all the major podcasting platforms. Blah, 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 blah,
Do the
blah.
things.
YouTube stuff. You know what it is by now. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay high, stay safe. Yes. Everybody wave.
Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.